Hello and welcome to, oh, dang it, I forgot. 314, 414, 414, episode
414, I think.
414.
It's 414 because it's nearly 420.
414.
Man, we're so close. We're so close.
414. Shout out to the legendary AKG 414 microphone. Thank you very much. Audio engineers will know about that one.
Like, how could I forget?
It is.
Obviously.
It is a legendary
Flat.
mic.
The
Lots of
414.
records cut with the
They're pretty
AKG
good.
414.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to warn you.
That-
Episode 420 is going to be a mess. You
Yeah.
might want to stream that one once.
Why? Why is it going to be a mess, Brian?
You know, it's
Are you inviting your neighbor over?
Yeah, Bryce.
Oh,
Could
Bryce
you?
gonna
Good
see his
idea.
neighbor.
A
Botanical
neighbor
Steven?
collab? Yeah. Botanical Steven.
I don't
Tefty,
think
you
I
don't
know.
about
I don't know about
Botanical
Botanical Steven. Yeah.
Botanical
Yeah.
Steven's great.
Got a
He's
green
great guy.
thumb.
Mm-hmm. He sure does.
Real green.
He offers you
And
gardening.
a generous
tips.
spirit.
He likes to bring you supply kits,
Mm-hmm.
little packages,
Supply drops.
supply drops.
Just drones it into your backyard.
Yep. It's true.
Oh man.
Tefty's here.
Yeah.
Hey, Tefty, how you
Hello.
doing?
I'm good. I'm good to be back on the show another time. You know.
I'm the go to bud.
Good. I'm here. Yep. I'm here. I'm here to talk Monster Hunter.
You've
Yes,
been playing
we're here
some
for Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter?
I'm only here to talk Monster Hunter, Briar. That's it.
Nothing else? We can't talk about anything else. Tefty's
Nothing
out.
else. As soon as it veers off, Tefty's going to run away and the camera will follow.
Yeah, I gotta go. Yeah, it's gonna follow me around.
You can't ever leave.
Can't shake that damn camera. God,
That camera moves quick. That's
It
incredible.
does.
Uh-huh.
How far
It's
can you
smooth,
move?
too.
Like, how far away from your microphone can you get?
it's got limits. Oh, I can. What you mean, like out of its range?
Yeah.
Because like here, be like,
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
screen, and
I
it
feel like
caught
you
me.
get stopped by the wall.
No, what happened is the gimbal
It'll
has
never
a
stop.
limit.
Oh, okay.
It's an actual
I don't know.
gimbal, so it's not software. If someone's thinking it's like some NVIDIA tech or something like that.
I think it's
Yeah, it's. I can also readjust it too, and then it'll.
So what?
it'll
You
keep me.
can just start vacuuming. If you get bored of the non-monster hunter, you get your vacuum in the background.
I can live stream myself cleaning the house.
I think about doing
Well,
that
call
every
me.
time we talk about Destiny. Speaking of Destiny, Mylan, are you throwing away all your Destiny stuff?
We were in the middle of that conversation. We can talk about it. I've been doing a similar thing. Well, listen, you go.
You've been
first.
chucking your
When did I
Destiny
do my
stuff,
last-
purging your paraphernalia of the Destiny experience.
I mean, I've still got to unbox Galahorn, Nerf Galahorn,
Really?
Nerf.
sitting in the box.
So okay,
I mean, that's
I
pretty
haven't-
cool.
I haven't completely quit
Rocket.
Destiny. I've actually reacquired Destiny in my life,
Yes.
but I also have a original D2 collector's edition that I've never opened
I
with
can't
the
believe you
satchel.
never opened it. You never were curious
know.
what's inside of it? Or I guess you
Of
probably
course I'm
saw
curious.
what was inside of it.
Yeah, no, I saw what online told me what was inside of it. Then I was like a bag, and I'm like, maybe I'll just keep it sealed. And then it's been in the garage ever since. And
Now it's
I don't know.
probably.
I'm at a crossroads. Do I?
Well, I mean, if you're playing
Open
Destiny
it?
again, maybe you whip it out.
But why though? Right? I've waited this long.
Because you love Destiny, Teft. And you
But I
want to
could-
showcase your love up there
Well,
with your
okay.
ghost.
I would like some more stuff on here, but I don't know how cool a bag is gonna look.
A bag. And you know, it also came with this like tower thing that housed like all the like survival gear. Like I can't remember what
Yeah.
it came with. Like a space blanket.
It's like a
and-
journal. Yeah, space blanket journal, like a cave
You
journal,
could-
something like that.
Was there like was there
Maybe a journal?
a battery in
Yeah.
there? There was a bunch of weird
Could
stuff.
It
be.
was to help you survive after losing
Yeah, it's
your
a survival
life, I
kit.
think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it doesn't like stand up. It's like this odd shape that in
Yeah,
no
it's a
way
sack.
could you like stand it up. No, not the sack. Like there's this like plastic pyramid thing in it.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
It's like a Toblerone.
A Toblerone.
Apt
Mm.
You know, like a
description. I
type of-
like that description.
It looks. Yeah, you guys got Toblerone right. It's basically that.
Yeah,
shape.
yeah, yeah.
We definitely have Toblerone, yeah.
No, that hit.
Yeah.
My mind went,
I think it's a solar panel, isn't it, Brian? Isn't it a solar panel?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
there's
is it a
solar panel
solar
on it.
battery?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you can
to, like,
recharge
charge your
your
phone.
chargers with the
You
sun.
walk around with this giant thing strapped to your back so you can
Yeah.
charge your phone.
I'm pretty
I-
sure like somebody in Florida, there was like a hurricane in Florida, and somebody wrote into the podcast saying how like it basically saved them because they were able to like charge their phone using their
Yeah.
Destiny 2 collector's kit.
Hawthorne
It's a survival
kit.
Yeah.
It's a
Came
legit
in clutch.
survival kit.
That's amazing. Honestly, I'm just looking for advice of whether or not I should crack that thing open.
No, man,
And,
keep it as a collector's.
Nah, I wouldn't crack it
item.
open.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep it
Yeah.
sealed.
Been so long.
Keep it sealed.
Yeah. Like a
At this
Pokemon
point, yeah,
deck. Who
maybe.
knows what's in there?
I mean, I've
See,
got a
that's-
sealed
That's why I kind of
Lightfall.
feel that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a sealed Lightfall collector's edition, but I don't know how much that's gonna be worth.
Lightfall's a bit of a turd.
But
Yeah.
you never know. You know, sometimes people collect the stuff that's bad, so maybe
Yeah.
there's a market for it.
The Destiny
yeah.
1 collector's edition, I think, got up there for a while. Where it
Mhm.
came in like that huge gray engram. Like it was a big box shaped like an engram.
Right.
Oh,
I remember
yeah,
that.
yeah.
hmm
I still have
Yeah.
that somewhere.
Oh, I have that. It's over there. I might actually, well, I don't know if it's been opened. It's probably been
Swivel your camera around real quick once. With the
Yeah.
I can't.
thing.
You don't want to see out there. No, it's not that bad.
You're like, my camera can't do that. What are you talking about? Stop
My
it.
camera can't do that.
Yeah.
So are you upset with Destiny? Is that why you want to get rid of your Destiny like collector's items?
Well, I think we had the podcast before. When did I make my last Destiny video? I think was that before last week. I made a YouTube. I can't
wasn't
remember. I made a YouTube video saying like my last Destiny video, like for real. I'm not
Wait,
covering Destiny.
was the last
anymore on
time
the
you
YouTube.
played Destiny was with me and Watts?
Yes.
Yep.
That was it?
Yep.
I was
Yep.
part of the end of
That was
of an
it.
era?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Wow.
Mhm.
I should have taken it way more serious.
Well, I
More
didn't.
questions.
Yeah, I should have grilled you on like an X
Oh,
query, of like of all the things in the lore.
yeah, I didn't know it was going to be the last time, but then I must have had done this last week because I talked about the Pokemon. Pokemon was the straw that broke the camel's back because I was doing live streaming on YouTube, and then people were losing their mind. I was streaming Pokemon and getting very confused, and so then I
Mhm.
made a kind of update, like just to let you know I'm not playing Destiny anymore. I'm not covering. I'm gonna just
Did you say
leave
I'm
on
never
the-
gonna play Destiny again?
yes,
Yeah.
Never.
yeah,
Never.
and
Do you
just
think that's
said
true? Do you think you'll never ever?
yeah, I
play
do
Destiny
think it's
again?
true. I do think
Okay.
it's true. Yeah.
So let's just throw out a theoretical. Let's say
Okay.
the most incredible update drops.
Yeah.
That is just dripping with all of the amenities that you could possibly want
Yeah.
from a game that is in the Destiny universe, of the Destiny experience. Are you going to be like, no, I have to stick to my guns. I'm staying away from this magical
I honestly can't think
Pandora's
of what
box?
What if
Destiny
like
would
Destiny
do.
3 got announced and it's coming out next year?
Well, that's Destiny 3. I said Destiny 2.
Oh,
Okay. All right. What if
But,
they
yeah.
announced like, hey, that Star Wars collaboration, there's a little more to this. New bad guy is Darth Vader, and we're gonna be fighting stormtroopers.
I mean,
And
they've
you've got the Force.
kind
now.
of reinforce all my issues with
new
Destiny.
subclass, the Force.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
You go around, you
subclass.
pick up you pick up midichlorians for your aspects.
Stop
You
it,
pick,
Tefty.
you pick up
Stop it.
force motes that give you
Force
force
motes.
energy.
But here's the thing. I actually found a new fanatical community.
Yeah.
You did. You did. More fanatical,
Warframe.
you could say.
Warframe.
Oh, Warframe is very fanatical.
Warframe.
Yes, I've dabbled.
Yeah. Well, I had someone say, "Oh, Matt, this was popular 10 years ago when Tefty was covering it."
And back then it was kind
It
of
was
niche.
old.
Uh-huh.
No, I've played I've been doing like 8 to 10 hour streams of Warframe for the last week.
Wow.
Wow,
Okay.
that's long.
You've been cooking and baking some
Love
frames and
it.
stuff.
Yeah.
People have been gobbling up, and I've been enjoying it. I've been really, because I didn't really know what to expect with Warframe. Every time I look at a Warframe like stream, it's just people bullet jumping everywhere, and just like I don't know what's going on. I didn't really expect really good storytelling. I've been incredibly surprised and pleased with the stories, the side quests, the how they do in-game storytelling. It's been really
Nice.
fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, doing the dual Twitch and YouTube live streams with it, and
I don't
like
even
500 people concurrent on YouTube watching Warframe. 10-year-old game, 12-year-old game.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. And you're like, bye-bye ghosts in the garbage can. Bye-bye, you know,
Hello, Warframe.
Hawthorns and memorabilia.
Oh no, I have said to them, guys, don't get too excited. There's still going to be variety. I feel like I'm just replacing one addiction with another
That's
at the
what
moment.
you keep doing, Mylan. You went to Helldivers, it's a Helldivers channel. You went to Once Human, and you know what they all have in common, Mylan? They're all live service games. We need to break your obsession with the treadmill. We got to get you off the treadmill.
Well, well, I'm hoping people will.
Yeah, well,
Hoping
the
the
nice
what?
thing for content creators about live service games, though, is that there's constantly new stuff to talk about. The problem
there
is
is.
that you
here's
get
the thing,
locked
right?
into
Like,
one
I did-
game, as you are well aware.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a double-edged sword because look at Destiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is double-edged sword. Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. So a lot of people have come over Warframe, right? And when I stop Warframe, a lot of people will probably leave. But a bunch of people, I think, will stay because a lot of people have now gone like, oh, you're not just the boring lol guy. Yeah, this is kind of fun. This is coming part of my routine. I think I like to stick around for live streams. And I guess that's what's been happening. You know, you jump on whatever's hot, whatever's new, or whatever's already a community and hope people enjoy the stream and maybe stick around for something else.
So this is just in case anybody's curious about starting content creation, but this is a great example of basically how all content creators get launched. There's a game that usually sparks a lot of interest. It gets a large-ish audience, and then when that game either dies out or you get sick of that game, there's a portion of that audience that's willing to go on the ride with you. It's always a portion. It's never like all audience is like 100% down for everything that you're going to do. But like basically every content creator that's big, you can ask them what game blew up for them, and it'll be like, oh, this game. And then they'll be like,
say Minecraft or
Minecraft could definitely be one of them. Yeah. I mean, look at like Overwatch when it first came out. It blew up a bunch of content creators that like suddenly had huge viewerships and all that. So that's it. It's very normal, Mylan. Like it's like the ladder of content creation, right?
I think the only difference where I'm at now is before I was really scared of those big drops in numbers, and I always came back to Destiny, right? Like you do something else that you try to like, okay, try to take people over to a different game or do something different, and you see that massive drop in viewership, and you're like just super scared of that, and you just go back to Destiny. Whereas now I feel like, you know, I went into Helldivers and then I kind of left like when I wasn't feeling it. And
sure,
you know, I think it'll be the same with Warframe. I think Warframe's got obviously a lot of content to get through, but the plan is to still keep the variety in there.
Yeah.
Good.
And then if I don't, then Watts will yell at me and make me feel sad.
I do enjoy when Watts yells at you. That is
I've yelled at him about he didn't sign up for the Night Rain Network test. I'm upset about that.
I thought I did.
I didn't know about that either. Huh?
Wow.
I believe him.
I'm pretty sure Watts told us in the group chat how to sign up. Just give us the website.
Yeah. He's pretty good at like atting people, going, you need to do this now if you want this.
And then Mylan goes, I don't know how Watts find out all this stuff. I didn't know it was there. And this like literally sent it to him.
There's like a certified letter. Sign this.
You
Put it in the mail.
unnotarized. You got papers served.
So Watts, are you clearing out your Destiny collection too? Like your Destiny baubles?
I'm not like intentionally clearing it out, but it's like the things I want to showcase.
Yeah.
I don't really want to show Destiny stuff.
Yeah.
On the stream. Not because I'm like, boohoo poopy Destiny. It's just I want it to be things that I'm currently
making room for the current stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And I have a big ass baby sacred on the way. That's gotta go somewhere. I got a Palico coming. I think they're like this big. It's like a plushy baby secret.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
That's pretty good.
So
be cool to have
one of my
living
kids
room
went
size
to
one.
Chicago a couple months ago, and him and his friends played like a claw game where they were getting stuffed animals, like they're grabbing the stuffed animals. Apparently he won so many that he couldn't pack them all. So the other day, 6 boxes show up on the doorstep. filled with stuffed animals that he won in the claw game, and we're opening them all up and we're having fun. And I was told that it is it is not nice of me to call them stuffed animals anymore. They're called plushies. It's insensitive.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is for real?
Yeah.
A stuffed animal? You can't say that.
It's not. It's a plushie.
What about a stuffed toy?
Stuffed toy would be right, surely.
If
not
this
stuffed
feels
animal.
like a marketing / collector ploy, like you
A
can't call
ploy.
it a stuffed animal.
This is like
This is a plushie. A
it's
plushie
not
has
a comic
value.
book,
Stuffed
it's
animal.
a graphic novel.
Yeah. A stuffed animal gets tossed aside when the child grows up. A plushie is
It's
something
not
you
a
resell on
cartoon, it's an
eBay.
anime.
What about a stuffy? That sounds a little racist.
That's
Yeah.
better.
Something.
Oh,
Mm.
I don't want to.
Classic.
That sounds like a
one.
slur of some kind.
Yeah.
That's better.
Oh man. Yeah, that's weird.
Neighborhood was great until all the stuffies showed up.
See?
Yeah, it does sound bad.
Yeah.
Was
Could
it
be.
someone that you knew that told you this, like personally?
My kid.
Oh, your kid said.
Yeah. got all
Wow.
the-
You should have.
And what? How
should have
old-
that checked out.
How old is this kid?
23.
Okay. All right.
Counseling.
I would like to know.
Get him some
Because
help.
of
You know?
PETA.
Tefty, when
Might
you were
be.
talking about your unopened Destiny 2 box, that reminded me of Loot Crate at one time sponsored me to do like a Loot Crate unopening, like a loot box
Yes.
unopening.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So I made a whole video where I was about to open it, and I never did. I just fucked around for like 30 minutes and did like chores. And I never opened it. It's still fucking unopened.
Wow. What did they think of that?
Let's do it now. What's it got in it? How old is it?
Yeah, man. What if there's Destiny stuff in there?
I don't know. It's a mystery.
Yeah.
It's more fun to me
Wait.
not knowing what's in that box than.
How
Did-
long has that been on your desk?
I mean, no, I just went and grabbed it. It was on top of like
Alright.
but long enough to have dust on it, you know?
Well, that could be,
So
2
they
weeks.
sent you the box, and then did you send them the video of you just dicking around not opening the box?
Yeah, I said I told him like I thought it'd be funny because like
Oh,
it would-
okay. You ran it by him. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But it'd be even
Right.
funnier if you're like, yeah, sure, I'll do an unboxing.
But I did like the pitch was that I would do an unboxing eventually. But I never
Hey,
did.
eventually is eventually.
It could still happen. It's true.
Yeah, it could still
It
happen.
could,
You could do it. Yeah.
theoretically. I never
So
said
what
I'll
was the
never
pitch?
open in this box. Like I don't make absolutes because I'm not a dimwit, you know.
Yeah, I'm not officially quitting a certain game.
I'll never open this loot crate. Like
Never
there's a
say never.
possibility I could open it.
Oh, hold on. Don't be throwing shade my way. Let's go back to Briar getting a sponsorship to do an unboxing, somehow pitches not unboxing it and doing house chores, and that was accepted.
Yeah, I'm curious about that. The company was like, "Oh, that's a great idea."
That sounds fun. Never show them what we give you.
The company's called Loot Box.
My guess is that they knew there's shit in there. Yeah.
Uh,
Build it up.
True.
Maybe. They're like, this actually sounds more fun.
It sounds more
Oh
fun
my
than
gosh.
opening
Don't
the
know what's in
box.
there.
Could be.
That's funny. Oh.
Anyhow, y'all play some
Yeah.
Monster Hunter? Wait. Before we do Monster Hunter, one real thing. Did y'all see that Shinobi trailer?
I did. State of
It's
play.
State of
Are we
Play?
doing state of play now? I mean, we could do state
Or
of play and
can-
end with the final Monster
Wait,
Hunter trailer, which then
wait.
leads into Monster Hunter time. Okay.
Okay, wait. Before you do that,
Oh.
since I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that actually played Destiny in the past week, maybe I
Yes.
should say what I
This
thought
is true.
about the stuff that happened this past
Hefty-
week.
Yes.
Hold on, I'm gonna open this loot crate while you do that.
I'm a casual player at this point, so just want to make sure everyone who's listening is aware of that. Full on casual, all right.
Yep.
But I did play the dungeon,
Mm.
and it was a dungeon. All right, moving on. No, I mean
Did you
it
actually
was,
play
it
the
was
dungeon?
cool. Yeah, I played it. Yeah. Mhm.
I would like to know your thoughts about it. Mylon wants to know the lore.
Oh, so we're in the sewer of the Throne World, Savathun's Waste, mucking around in there.
Really?
And I mean, it seems like it. I don't know for sure, but it seems like it. You go through it, it's like this is very sewer design, you know,
You're a
sewer-esque.
contracted law person for today's podcast, so whatever you say goes.
Yeah, and then I think it's Jeff is down there. You killed Jeff, but Jeff Bungie is down there.
Okay.
He's got a backpack. Yeah.
Are you sure you didn't mix Marvel Rivals up? Ever?
Oh, the shark. I have been playing Marvel Rivals. That was a lot of fun, but yeah, it's actually a pretty cool dungeon. Yeah, some of the mechanics are a little weird towards the end there, but you got to read out a bunch of symbols. I've been making up terms for things about those symbols, but I didn't know that there's like actual titles for them. You know the symbols like
like Elmo.
Yeah, Elmo, catch these hands.
Yeah.
You know, like that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Good
it's
names.
good names indeed. Yeah. Oh yeah, and the mechanic is you have the lens and you shine it around to connect things to get to the next spot and stuff. So a little Indiana Jones inspired thing in there.
Well, that reminds me of like Zelda or something.
Totally. It's like
Reflecting
classic
off the
video
shield.
game mechanic type of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, reflect off the shield. Yeah, exactly. So
Where
I
would you
heard it's
rate it
quite
on the
a
dungeon
lore-based
tier list?
Dungeon.
Say it again. Wait, what?
You go
Tier
first.
list
Watts.
first. Okay. I've heard that it's quite a lore
Heavy.
dungeon. Yeah, like there's
Caked up full of lore.
if you know the lore, something about the symbols is easier or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil
That's why
anything.
you killed
so
it.
yeah, I mean it's
Yeah.
just
You knew
full
all
of
the
lore. I was by the time I was done, I was like, I'm practically Mylan right now. It's crazy.
if he still did Destiny.
I'm like Mylan circa a few years ago when yeah.
Yeah, true. Nice.
Yeah, it seems like there's some implications about stuff that I may or may not know about because I don't actually know the lore. But yeah, it's
So
fun.
where would you rank it on like your favorite dungeons, like the tier list of dungeons?
Hmm.
Like in the middle, at the top, bottom half, top half?
Yeah, I'm not a good person for that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've only played the other dungeons like a few times,
Do
maybe
you
once.
like it?
I
First
definitely like it.
impressions. Okay.
No, first impressions is definitely cool. So, like I said, it's in Savathun's Throne World, and it seems like it's the gutter, like it's the drainage system that you go down, and then whatever else is down there. And visually, it's really cool, and like the ambience and all that, like it's really cool. Yeah.
Okay.
But the last fight, the last encounter, the way they have things set up for like decoding the symbols is a little strange on that. A little bit of a head scratcher. I don't know why they did that. I did not get the exotic. I mean, I did not try it with the day one stuff when the PSN was down. I didn't try that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, because that was unfortunate.
Yeah. Thank God it's back up.
Yep.
So there's another.
It'd
Isn't there another
be
like
down for like a whole week at this
contest
point.
mode because of the
Not the first time.
outage?
They're thinking about it. I don't know if they announced it yet. Did they?
I have no
No,
idea.
they did. I think they
Yeah?
did. I don't
Are they
remember.
going to give us a free game?
Not PlayStation, Bungie.
PlayStation gave, I think, 5 extra days of your
5
service,
days, yeah.
which is kind of a kick in the nuts.
They're announcing. They announced another like contest mode time, basically.
There you go. Yeah.
They announced it, just
Yeah.
not when yet. Okay. Too
Mhm.
easy.
Yeah. Also, the whole new, you guys probably talked about it last week, but the new thing, what is it called? I can't remember.
The Nether.
Thing that, yeah, the Nether. That's what it is. Yeah, the Nether that they introduced with the episode, I think is actually really cool. Yeah, it's a fun like evolution of like the sandbox inside of Destiny. I had a lot of fun playing it. I don't know how repeatable in the long run it is because it is always just the dreadnought. But I
Right.
think it's smart that they go down these paths to kind of expand on that sandbox right there. But I'm afraid it's one of these things that they're just gonna like chuck in the trash after a year and be like, okay,
Yeah,
that was fun.
classic. They use it. They're like, oh, that was great. We had a good foundation there. Time to make it entirely new.
Yeah, be like, this is cool. We should do something else. So
that is classic.
yeah.
But
Anyways.
I've heard good things about the season. Heard good things about the dungeon.
Yeah, it's good.
There was an exotic mission that came out this week.
Yeah, I didn't do that yet. I'm leaving some stuff to do. Again, as a casual player, and also someone who's not trying to stream it every day, it's so much more enjoyable to be like, oh, maybe I'll do that Destiny thing and try it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you feel like
Yeah,
it.
definitely.
Yeah. Instead of feeling like, oh, I gotta make sure I race and get this thing done as fast as possible. Otherwise,
Yeah.
Suckle the life out of it.
yeah, the ghost of Bungie is gonna come and take me.
Yeah, definitely.
Rightio. So we're
Yeah.
going to talk about Monster Hunter Beta and then State of Play?
Do we want, depends. Do you want to
do State of Play.
Because there was a new Monster Hunter trailer that we could talk about at the end of the State of Play discussion.
There you
which
go.
Then
Good
can go
transition.
into the
Yeah.
beta.
Oh, nice.
Okay, that's why you're most experienced. All right, let's roll.
Yep.
Yes,
Nice job.
I am. It's true.
So y'all
I
see
am
that
the
Shinobi trailer?
I did.
That game looks
I did
good,
not.
right?
Yeah, it does look
Not-
good.
Not a Metroidvania, apparently. It's gonna be just like a level-based, old-school Shinobi. But I mean, honestly, it doesn't look like any Shinobi game I've ever played. Looks more like a Ninja Gaiden game with like very fast.
It does. I
very
initially thought it was like the new,
Ninja Gaiden.
the new one.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get 4? Yeah.
No, they're making a Ninja Gaiden like 2D game as well as Ninja Gaiden 4.
Oh,
And
gotcha.
by
I
the
didn't know that.
way, this game is gonna be $26.99.
That's great. I
Cool.
like
That
money.
looks good. From the creators of Streets of Rage.
Yeah, which was a great game.
Streets of Rage is a fantastic game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was really
Yeah.
excited
Okay.
about that one. There's
Pretty
like
cheap
2
game.
games that I'm really excited about. That was one of them, obviously. Being like an old school Sega Genesis fanboy. I love Shinobi. I love ninjas because, ninjas are cool.
Ninjas are cool, yeah.
It's all good stuff.
Shurikens.
Yeah, white ninjas, the coolest ninjas. Because they're like, I don't need to dress black. I stand out. Come at me.
They're not trying to be in the shadows.
Mm.
No, I don't need to.
Yeah.
Just come at me.
Technically, I think red is the most sneaky ninjas
The
because
most
nothing's
sneaky?
true
Red?
black.
It's not
Yeah.
black?
No, apparently they actually used to wear like dark red because there's not many things that are true black in the world.
Oh, so it
So
stands
the
out.
dark red
Looks like earth
blended in
tones.
better. Yeah,
Interesting.
there you go.
That's smart. Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
Lies
the
of P
Shinobi.
DLC announced.
Lies of P DLC.
Yeah.
That was huge.
That was huge. Did you know
That
that
was
was coming? I
huge.
didn't know that was coming.
I did. It was supposed to come out. Well, I say supposed to. I use supposed very lightly. Supposed to come out last year. But right at the end of the year, they were like, so it's gonna be next year sometime. So I was waiting on when this was gonna get announced, and it finally got announced. I am so excited.
Yeah.
Should
were you
I
able to
play
get
Lies of P?
anything
Lies of
from-
P.
Yes, Lies of P was my game of the year.
Oh, really?
It's
Wow.
really, really good.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with Watts on that one. That game was fantastic. It was
Hmm.
really fun. Were you able to
Yeah, it
glean
was very
anything from
good.
that trailer?
I know that it's being set like you've gone back in time before the whole robot frenzy happened.
Oh.
So I thought that was pretty interesting because we just see post frenzy. So it would be interesting to see how it happened. And what the world was like before it happened. So
Mm.
yeah.
Right, so the enemies are very much like more monsters than like
The
puppet robots, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay.
It looks very cool. Lies of
So you
P is
don't need to have
incredible, so-
DLC. How does this work?
You
Is it
need
gonna
to
be like
have
Elden
the
Ring? Where
first
I've got to
game.
go find a boss.
Said
Time travel.
you have to have it said it had the base game for it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have
Yeah,
to have the
so just-
base game. Who knows how they're gonna do it? It could be like a separate thing that you load up.
You
It
just
could
click
be
on,
go
yeah.
through a door. It could be all sorts of stuff.
Is that game going to scratch the Dark Souls itch for me?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is like a Souls game.
Mm.
You know, you play some games and you're like, yes, I don't get the Souls vibes, really. It's like
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
kind of there, but it's everything. Like I think if for a lot of people this was like the best Souls like that's non FromSoft.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty classical.
It's really, really good.
Souls.
And it's very like Bloodborne inspired.
Wow.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Yeah. The
Mhm.
world that you explore is really fascinating. Like, it really encourages you to keep going, just to uncover the mysteries. The combat is super fun. But also, like, not as punishing as some games can be. Like, certainly not like I don't think it's as hard as like Souls games at their hardest, right? It was
Okay.
a fun game.
It's a little forgiving,
yeah.
but it's got
Well,
the DNA of a
I don't
Souls
know about
game.
forgiving, but not
there are some
Sekiro.
very hard bosses. Unfortunately, Briar, I think, played it after they nerfed some bosses, which is unfortunate.
Oh.
Yeah, I played it like a whole month after it came out, so
That's pretty late.
You don't get to.
Yeah,
You don't get
that's
to.
pretty late.
Wow.
You don't get to
Yeah.
get the T-shirt, Briar.
You don't get
No
the T-shirt.
T-shirt.
I
killed
really did have fun
Polaris,
with it,
whatever
Zach.
his name is.
I can't wait for the sequel to come out because they kind of tease, like the ending of that game teases like a twist that is really fun.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see the sequel.
Yes.
So this DLC is not sequel; it's just DLC.
It's not the
and then-
sequel. Yeah.
And there's
it's,
a second Lies of P that's coming out.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah, the game was
Yeah. Highly
successful.
recommend. You will love it, Tefty. You will
Right.
absolutely love it. Yeah.
I have to check it out.
Check it out.
I think it's on Game Pass too.
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Game Pass. There you go.
Other than that, everything else sucked at State of Play, I would say.
That's not true at all.
Actually,
That's
no.
not
You know
true
what
even
sucks?
a little bit.
Hold up. You know what really sucked though? No Bloodborne
No
at all
Bloodborne.
mentioned.
And it's the 10th anniversary. Surely,
10th anniversary.
Sony, please. They've
Yeah. I
been
can't
they've been
believe it.
doing like
They-
takedowns of
they-
mods and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, there's
that
like a
60
mod that-
FPS mod. Yeah.
Yeah, they got like a legit 60 FPS mod that was working, and then Sony was like, "Don't you dare take it down." It's like, well, if you're gonna take it down, do something.
Replace
You
it.
gotta do something.
Yeah.
What is this Sonic racing game? I'm watching State of Play right now.
Actually, when we were watching it, someone from your community, Mylan, said, "Oh, he can just get this and not have to get a Switch too
Replace
for your
Mario
Gamba."
Kart
Yeah,
for my Game Boy.
for your Gamba, you can just do that.
It's very hard to replace Mario Kart, man. Like, can anything ever knock Mario Kart off its pedestal? I don't know.
I mean, that game's got to be one of the best sellers of all time at this point, right? It's the best selling game on Switch, which is
Got to be
one
up
of the
there.
best selling consoles of all time.
Like, you can still play Mario Kart. Still get matched with people every day at any time of the day.
They were
Play
just
Mario
releasing
Kart.
DLC up till last year. Like new tracks
Yeah.
were coming out for that
New
last
tracks,
Didn't know
yeah.
that.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and I haven't played in a long time. I
But
need to open it up.
I don't really want to buy Switch 2 just to play Mario Kart, but I also kind of want to play the new Mario Kart.
I mean, honestly,
like
this will be
20
the first new Mario Kart in like a long time because the current Mario
Yeah.
Kart was just the same Mario. It was Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U that just got ported over and like some
True,
additional
true.
stuff got added.
Yeah. So like a
Yeah.
legit new Mario Kart
It's
with
actually been a long
new
time.
power.
I thought that
Um,
Sonic Team Racing looked pretty good. Like a lot of different vehicles to race with. I don't know. You're right. There's only one Mario Kart.
Pretty basically. Or you've either got the Mario Kart kids, or you got the Crash Bandicoot Racing or whatever. But they're long gone.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
those kids died of goth-induced injuries.
Perhaps.
Crash Bandicoot's a slippery slope.
Yeah, down a dark path.
Oh look, I might try Sonic. We'll see what it looks like.
Give it a try.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Give it a
Give it
try.
a try.
Give it a try.
The
is
thing
it
that I
Gammy?
was
An older kid or a kid or an adult? What's a gammy?
A what?
Isn't that who you're buying it for?
Gammy.
Gammy? No, did I just make that
Gammy?
up? Did I just have a
Oh,
brain?
did I say Danny before?
Gammy? I thought.
Gammy.
I don't know. Never mind. Move on.
on today's DCP Senior Moments.
I'm gonna go have some Ensure. I'll be right back.
Yeah. This moment was brought to you by Miralax.
Oh,
Gamba.
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 You guys couldn't
Gambling, yeah,
infer
'cause
what I
I-
was talking about from
Brian,
Gammy to
that
Gamba.
means gambling.
You just left me out there to
okay?
dry.
I know.
Someone put him in a retirement home ASAP.
It's what the young people call gambling, Brian.
Yep. Because we gamble on my placement in Mario Kart.
Oh, okay.
It's very fun because Mario Kart's so hectic. You can go from first place to last place
Yeah.
in the last
The-
5 minutes to
the
track.
blue shell. Terror
Blue
of the blue
shell.
shell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. State of play, there was Saros was announced, which is very exciting. Because this
Returnal
is basically
Part 2.
Returnal 2.
Yeah.
It's Returnal 2, but they're not calling it Returnal 2. But they're like, this is literally Returnal 2 when they did the interview thing.
Yeah, I thought it was weird that they didn't mention Returnal at all in that. And I was like, this is Returnal, right? This has to be Returnal.
I was watching, I was like, it's Returnal. And then you saw like the
the swirl, the
dots
bullet,
coming out.
yeah, the
Yeah, the
bullet
bullet
storm
hell
type of
stuff.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was
Yeah,
like,
and then-
yeah, that's
Yeah, and then it was like Saros.
S-A-R-O-S.
Yeah, you saw the bullet stuff, and they talked about respawning and living the
it
same
was
day.
the whole
And then
time.
they're like Soros, and I'm like, this is Returnal.
2. Yeah, it was like he's literally describing the plot of a roguelike over here. He's like, you die and then you start again, you get stronger,
Yeah.
but you must start from the beginning. And then there's a
And is it
And then-
made by the guys that made Returnal?
Yeah,
yes,
Yeah.
and they're
It's-
like, this is the follow up to Returnal.
yeah. Actually, I think they called it the spiritual successor.
They did.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, wait.
It's their
A
game.
spiritual successor is like when it's not the game, but it
Yeah,
is
you
the
don't
game.
have the
you know?
license or like you left the studio or something. Yeah.
It's like a new.
It's Returnal 2.
It's them being edgy and hip, being like spiritual successor. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Returnal 2, 100%.
It's Returnal 2.
That was a great game.
Great.
I love the aesthetic of that game too, like how the enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never finished
it's
it.
cool. Neither did
I
I.
need to go back and finish that because I got like halfway through like the 3 acts, and then they basically did the pulled the rug and got you, and like you went all the way back to the beginning, and I was like, what? And then I didn't finish
I
it.
went to replay it again, but I needed to kind of like delete my save, so because I couldn't remember how to do anything or what I was up to. So I kind of
Yeah.
wanted to play fresh,
Yeah.
but I don't think you can. I think you got to delete the save or something. There was no like new game option. It just throws you straight back in. So I was like, oh god.
Why haven't games
Didn't have-
figured that out yet? Like, why haven't games figured out like a system like that says, "Hey, last time you were here, here's what was happening, and here's like a little card to show you the controls, just so you remember." Like, why in the year of the Spaghetti Monster 2025 do I still have to like pick up a game and be like, I don't have a fuck what is going on right now?
Yeah,
It's
like
been
the
2 months since I
paperclip
picked up
in
this
Word.
game.
Like, hi, it's been a while
Yeah.
since you've logged on.
Yeah.
Would you
Hello.
like some help?
Missed
Would
you,
you like a
friend.
refresher? Here's the story so far. Here's, like
I don't know.
especially in an RPG where it's like you're 40 hours into this bitch and you're like, oh,
Ghost of
I got
Tsushima was the
distracted by
worst
something.
one for me. I
What's
was
that?
like, how do you
Oh.
parry? How do you get on a horse? How do you do? I had no idea how to do
Yeah, yeah.
anything.
what game was that?
Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh,
No idea what the hell I was doing. I was lost.
Hmm.
Any Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater lovers?
Nah, not really.
Yeah, I never got into it, so
I never
when
got
I
into Metal Gear.
when I hear that voice, I'm like, I just can't. Yeah, it's like the same the Metal Gear sound. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna be getting into this.
Okay. Borderlands 4 lovers?
Oh, that did look interesting. Yes. I mean, it's
Okay,
more
tell me more.
Borderlands. It's
Like
okay, so
Borderlands, for sure.
it's definitely Borderlands, all right?
Borderlands.
But they showed some of those the specials that you get with your characters, and those look cool, and also the weapons look interesting. It does feel like a 3.5 and not a 4, but we'll see. I'm gonna play it regardless. I'm excited to see more of it. Oh, and they also
What?
gave a date too. It's gonna be September when it comes out, so it's a ways out.
Boy,
It
But
that's
is
quick.
September. Yeah.
yeah, it's quick.
What
Yeah.
do the Borderlands community want in a Borderlands 4? Like, is this kind of what
For the
people
bad
want and
guys to
expect?
shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Yeah. Borderlands 2 writing in Borderlands 4.
For Randy Pitchford to not be on the screen anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be better without him there, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of the franchise. So I'll play it regardless. But yeah, it's what you want is like just more of the same stuff, but like better evolved and all that. Like I don't want the game to feel the same as Borderlands 2, but I want it like an evolution of what today has with like the way gun mechanics feel and all that. So Borderlands 3 was a step in the right direction. They definitely made it feel better with like the way the guns feel. but they could take it a step further with the sandbox, and I hope they built out the sandbox just a bit further as well for things to interact in it.
Okay.
Yeah. Obviously, tons of guns and cool things.
Tons of guns doing
Mhm.
cool stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could play another Borderlands game. I think their humor, like their whole shtick, I think is just worn out its welcome in me, and I just don't think I
He's
could
grown up.
roll through another 40 hours of that.
Did
Wise
you
an
like
adult.
Borderlands 2?
I did.
What if it was more like Borderlands 2?
I feel like that's the same shtick.
Nah, it's not. It was just better. Borderlands 3 was like, these guys are annoying. Like, there's a fine line between, oh, it's an interesting bad guy that's funny, and just get this guy out of here. He's annoying, you know?
Yeah.
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 It's a fine dance, yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Any Onimusha lovers?
I played the first 2 games back in the day. I hardly remember them anymore, though.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
I remember
Onimusha
liking
got like
them.
a big trailer.
Yeah.
The combat looked awesome.
And they showed
Combat
off
looks
Onimusha
great.
more
2
gameplay?
remake, right?
Yeah, they had some gameplay. They have Onimusha 2 coming out. When did they say? Sometime in May, was it? Which is like their remaster, and then they have like a full new Onimusha, Way of the Sword. It looked great. Like even the little bit of humor, because they showed off the protagonist. And Onimusha has always had like a famous actor or someone like pretty famous connected to the game, which is always cool.
That's cool.
So yeah. It looked great.
Cinematics look great.
People are saying
Ah.
that this is going to be a Souls-like, too. It's like it's
No.
going to... No?
No, it is not.
People are wrong?
No.
Because I
Yes.
guess
Who said that? Who said it? I'll put him on my list.
YouTube comments?
no, it was a specific YouTuber that I do watch frequently, but I don't want to
Who
put
is
on
it?
blast. I don't want to
Put
put
him on blast.
on the in the ire of
Who is it?
Watts over there.
Who is it?
I'll tell you after the show.
Who was
Well-
decidedly wrong?
But like apparently they were using like a lot of Dark Souls language, like Souls like.
They used the exact opposite of Dark Souls language.
Looked
They
more
said
like Ninja Gaiden.
they specifically said we don't want this to be a punishing game. We don't want this to be a difficult game. We want
Well,
it
that
that we
certainly
want the
isn't
fun. We want the fun of the game to come from like dismembering is what they said. We want the fun of the game to come from how your sword feels, slicing through enemies and dismembering them,
Okay.
not
A
from
good
its
dismemberment.
difficulty. Yep.
Is
Yeah.
Copy
is
that.
that what defines a
right.
Souls game though? It's just the difficulty.
It's definitely a big part of it. Yeah.
It is a big part.
Also,
of
they were fighting multiple, and like the combat looks
Yeah.
nothing like a Souls
You-
like.
yeah, I don't think you ever really
Yeah.
get like hordes of enemies in Souls games. It's usually very carefully thought out with how you approach things, and also the level design is almost always magical in a good Souls game, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a very specific thing, and it seems like they are going very much against it. To me, it looks like they're just doing Onimusha combat, but obviously updated.
I don't even remember what Onimusha combat was.
It's pretty hack and slashy,
Yeah.
but you had the fixed camera, so it's obviously
Yeah, it was
gonna
like
be quite
Resident
different.
Evil with a
It's a
the hack and
Resident,
slash.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
But no more fixed camera by the looks of it.
yeah. No fixed camera.
Interesting.
Yeah, fixed camera Devil May Cry. Yeah, pretty much. Action game. I saw a
Stellar Blade
Digimon
DLC,
trailer.
what?
I was like, huh?
There was
Digimon?
a Digimon games coming out. Yep.
I don't know
Stellar Blade
anything really
DLC?
about Digimon and what that would be, but people.
I was
I'm
very
s-
excited about the Stellar Blade DLC. One,
Mm.
it's Stellar Blade crossover with Nikkei, which is their other game, and it looks like they went absolutely nutty with the crossover.
Mm.
Also, it got announced that it is coming to PC in June.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yep.
Yeah, depending on what's out around that time, I would love to do another playthrough with this DLC. Hopefully with the Nier Automata DLC as well. I played
I
through a whole new
missed-
playthrough.
I missed Stellar Blade as well on my
I love
hiatus.
Stellar Blade.
I played a fair bit
Very,
of it.
very
Didn't
good
finish it.
combat.
Mm,
I agree.
Combat is great, and music is great, and boss design is really good.
nice.
My only issue with Stellar Blade is it was too saucy for TikTok, and all my videos got like nuked.
Oh, the sauciness. Yeah. Too many
It was too
curves.
saucy. Too many camera close-ups during finisher moves.
It was a bit cheeky.
It was a bit
A
cheeky.
little bit cheeky.
There was a bit of front bum.
Anything else in State of Play that got people excited? There was a
People
Shinobi
seem
trailer.
to
I don't know if you guys
be-
saw that.
We did get a release date finally for Lost Soulacide. This is a pretty big deal because it's a game that's been development. It was in development as supposed to be a spiritual successor of Final Fantasy 15's combat, but like evolved a lot more.
Okay.
Made
Yeah.
by a single dev.
Hmm.
So that's how long he's been making it, forever. And it finally got a release date. It was picked up by Sony as part of their China Hero project, which is where they help indie games to be published in the West. So it's got a release date, May 30th. It started as a one-person dream, and now it's a huge,
Wow. That's cool.
big combat game. But yeah, it's like DMC kind of combat that you can expect from that game. Looks very fun.
Cool.
One person. Can you imagine that?
Did they remain as one person dev, or did they get more people after they got signed on?
Surely they
don't
contracted
know,
people to do bits and pieces.
Yeah.
But
I
they
would
probably-
assume. Yeah.
Once Sony backed him, yeah. Cool.
I mean, this does not look like a one-person developed game because it looks pretty good.
What was the last game that they showed? That they were like 2026? Is this the one that you're talking about?
No. You might be thinking. Oh, are you thinking of Tides of Annihilation? It was like a woman protagonist.
Yeah, it looked like Uncharted
Yeah.
meets, yeah, like Final Fantasy type of stuff, but the combat.
Yeah, people were pretty excited about this one. This one is
Mhm.
definitely like DMC type of vibes as well. The
Mhm.
combat's supposed to be DMC,
Yeah.
but it's set in London.
Mm.
Yeah, otherworldly forces going on. Look pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Some imminent
I'm
apocalypse, so you got to
Definitely
push back.
intrigued.
Yeah. Seemed cool.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff. I mean, like, I have to see once it
Have to
actually
see.
gets close to release. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then, well, Monster Hunter was the very first trailer.
Yes,
I was not
it
ready.
was.
Wasn't prepared. I was just sitting
You were
down. I was like,
warming
"Oh, I made it!" And then I was like, "Oh God, what's going on?" This was the launch trailer for Monster Hunter Wilds,
Mhm.
and there I made a video on all of the information in it, and just going over the weapons and armor that they showed is 20 minutes. And I didn't spend a ton of time going, "Oh, this is the history of this armor." I was just like, "This is from Gypceros. This is this monster. This is his other monster's armor." And it was like 20 minutes of going through it.
Wow. Nice.
I swear to God,
they showed
every
a lot.
time I get on stream, Chad's like, "There's huge Monster Hunter news." Like every second day, I'm like, "Okay."
Yep. Yep, there is.
I was like, "Tell me about it. There's too much to type. We can't
There
tell. We
is.
just want you to know."
There's too much. There is too. This one was too much. Almost, this was like, I think they probably showed a bit too much in there in terms of like the armor and stuff, because you got to see Arkveld's armor, Arkveld's longsword,
Really?
the Black Flame, New Udra's armor, New Udra's lance. You got to see the new Ice Apex's armor and bowgun.
Mm.
See, I feel like someone who's quite casual in Monster Hunter, I wouldn't pick up on all that stuff.
Yeah. But for me, I was
Totally.
like, oh, this is really cool stuff. Yeah, I can't wait to play this. And that's how I've been approaching all the pre-release things that they've been showing. I haven't been diving in. Like when I played the beta, that was literally the first time I had basically seen a bunch of stuff because I hadn't been paying. Like I want to be relatively surprised as I play it.
This
Yeah.
was the biggest thing probably for any like casual people was that they showed the apex monster of the ice region, which is that huge dragon.
Yeah,
And you're like, that's big dragon.
that looked awesome. Yeah,
That's big dragon.
Yeah.
Massive.
I can't remember if I spoke about this on the podcast or if it was on my own stream about like, are they giving too much stuff away, or is it just that much stuff? Like this is still just such a tiny portion, it doesn't matter.
I would guess we've probably seen maybe half of the roster, if I had to guess. Um, we've probably seen, I mean, this is me totally assuming, but I assume there's going to be 4 areas with one like kind of more end game-ish area. So 5 total. We've seen 4. We don't know what's going on with the story really at all. They've given us enough to like really speculate on what's going on, but we don't know what's going on in the story. And then
Mm.
I do think that the Ice Apex is a tricky one because I do think his head is on the logo for Monster Hunter Wilds, which means he's probably pretty important. So I think this last trailer, I think a lot of people watched it and were like, it's kind of spoilery because you're seeing armor from like, Apex monsters. You're seeing like
Yeah.
a lot
Because
of
that's
a lot
kind
of
of the appeal, right? Is seeing the
Yeah.
monsters and then seeing the armor. That's
It
kind
is.
of like
I do like that. I do like you see a monster and then you're like, okay, I defeat a monster. Let's
hunt
go
it,
see what it looks like. And you're like, oh my god,
right?
the armor looks so cool. And you're like, please
Yeah.
have a bow, and then they don't have a bow. And then they don't. And I go, God damn it. I got a chicken bow. It's fine.
But I mean, like I
Cool.
said, like if you're someone like me and just watches, I wouldn't pick up on. I would still be fresh to me, I guess. It's only really
Yeah,
like
that's true.
if you're breaking it down that you really spot. Like I'm kind of watching it now. I'm like, yeah, I would not be able to tell you what armor's what and what
Yeah.
monster is what. So still probably going to be a nice surprise.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's the thrill of the hunt. Like, I just really
Yeah.
like the experience of going in and like fighting the monsters and seeing how you approach it and all that. So it's fine if I see what type of armor that they're going to give me.
Yeah, I'm not ever like not mad about it. It's like a nice thing for me to see it with my own eyes for the first time, but I'm not
Yeah.
like, no. Otherwise, I wouldn't spend 3 hours breaking it down and making a video. But
Yeah.
oh, they're so fun. And the story, oh my goodness, I have so many theories. There was a really important thing in this trailer that was kind of story-ish where the kid Nata, who you find in the desert and you're trying to find his people, he's like, I don't know who's worse. And I've always had a theory that, Arkfeld, he's got these chains on him. We've seen pictures of him being chained up, that Nata's people were keeping him for something, like using his power because he
Research.
siphons
Maybe he's
energy.
bait for a big dragon.
Well, I think that Ice Apex, Briar, I think it's a Frankenstein's monster of a dragon. I think
Oh, and
they
they
took
made
other
it?
monsters and like smooched it together to make that monster. That's what I think.
Oh, you think it's made?
I think it's made.
The Crying
People
Kids
made-
people made it.
Yes, I think so. Oh, you know what? I'm going to tell you guys this now because I'm going to talk about it tomorrow when we play the beta. But this Monster Hunter has on all of the like parts, it has lore on it again, or a little bit of information about the monster.
Ooh.
And when you get a gem from Arkfeld, it says that it like grew inside of him or something. And I'm like, that's weird.
Like a
Oh, you reckon they're
Pearl?
farming the gems out of Arkveld?
I kind of, yeah, because Nata's holding this little like pendant thing that looks like it's the same white color of Arkfeld. So I was like,
Interesting.
what if they gave him like I don't know, a crystal or whatever that turns into Arkfeld or some kind of
It's like
monster.
an evolution stone from Arkveld. To give
yes,
to other monsters.
they're growing Arkvelds.
Plant them
They're
Arkfeld
planting
balls
Arkfeld.
like potatoes.
Arkfeld is a potato. That's gonna be my YouTube theory thumbnail video.
Yeah,
Arkfeld.
just a close up of the gem and then big red arrow.
Potato.
Actually, Arkveld. Arkveld potato.
Arkfeld taters.
Yeah.
Didn't they also announce that they're going to get like title update in spring as well?
Yes, they did also announce that Mizutsune is our first title update monster. I like him.
Saw that. What does that mean?
So Monster Hunter does free updates throughout its cycle of supporting it. And Mizutsune is going to be the first new monster added.
Yeah.
Post
Was
launch.
that
They don't
like
call it
bluish
DLC,
dragon with
but
the
it-
bubbles around it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's free.
So-
They call it free content update because it's free.
Wait, but how much
You
does
can
it
have
cost?
free. Okay.
What is it actually going to cost me?
It's included with the price of your initial game
But how much money?
purchase. $70, Brian.
Okay, thank you.
Unless you get the deluxe edition, then it's more, which I will.
So
Because
what do they normally put in these updates? Like, is it just usually new monsters and armor and weapons, or is it like new areas, or we don't know?
Usually new monsters, right?
Yeah, it's usually new monsters. I mean, so with Iceborne, they brought in like Rajang, and then in the Guiding Lands, that unlocked a new area in the Guiding Lands.
Okay.
But yeah, usually new monsters. You get some event quests.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
event stuff, area, monsters, armor, weapons. Cool.
Yeah, sometimes there was event areas that were specific to something in world, but it's probably mostly just like, oh, this monster shows up, you can craft its stuff as well. So
Yeah.
Did they maybe put like a
clan.
new like mechanic or currency in there to like, you know, get a special thing linked to that title update, like go farm the floozy Watsits from
it's usually
Floozy
from the
Doozits?
floozy.
I mean, if they
Floozy
bring in
Watsits
like
too.
a siege, like Safi, right, where it's like
Yeah.
go do the siege to get.
Oh yeah.
If they bring in a siege monster, but it's pretty different.
Not
Yeah.
usually. Yeah. Okay.
That's his live service brain talking to everybody.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, it's-
Well,
What new
actually,
currencies
it
are they
was my
bringing in?
Monster Hunter brain. Alatreon was a title update, apparently. Safi.
he was a tile update, but he just
Yeah.
gives you armor and weapons. He just has regular armor and weapons, just regular.
Is it, like master rank isn't going to be available right away, right?
No, it's
Or is it?
normally the DLC, yeah. So you have
Yeah.
low rank and high rank, and then you get event quests and DLC, and then
So like the
you get
ice
your big expansion.
of wilds
Yeah,
will be
that's
master
gonna
rank.
be
Yeah.
crazy.
Was I
Where are we
still 1
going?
year
We already got the
after
ice.
World?
It was a year and a half, I believe.
Year and a half.
About a year and a half. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one thing that is true. The one thing they have like currency for is event quests. So if you're doing an event quest for like Devil May Cry armor, you get
Yeah.
a currency for that armor from the event
collabs around.
quest.
But there's typically no store to go and buy like a package of it for $5.
No.
Yeah.
What are we, 2 weeks away from launch?
2 weeks. It's officially 14 days.
Is
Wow.
that it?
Woo! Yeah. Yeah, it is. I can't
It's
believe it.
exciting.
Feels
Is it
unreal.
beta out now as well?
It's out right now. And
Copy
it's
that.
extended. Instead of ending Sunday for us, it's extended to Monday because of PSN being down. And it's
Oh.
extended for
Outage.
everybody.
Thanks, Sony.
Yeah. Sony. Wow.
Where's my
Yeah, thanks
Ah.
for giving me a PC play an extra day.
And is there anything extra in this beta?
No,
And then from last week? No, just the same as last week.
it's the same one, yeah.
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 You know what is extra though, Mylan? I get to play it on a 5080 this time.
Ooh, the graphics
Ooh.
card slots.
Ooh, ooh,
Ow. And you're upgrading from a 3090?
ooh, yeah.
Any difference?
Okay.
What are the differences? Have you installed it? Have you played some games on it?
I've done the benchmark for Wilds to see the difference. A big difference because even like in the, if you guys have done the benchmark, when you go through the planes on your Sacred, that destroys everyone's frames. Like on my 3090, I was playing on, I think like high. Some things were higher because I wanted to use the VRAM on it, but it got to the planes and it was dropping to like 48
Oh,
frames. Yeah. Well, the 5080 without frame gen or whatever is like 75
Oh, that's
average
awesome.
in the planes. Oh, I get to play Ultra 1440p, ray tracing high res texture pack, and I'm chilling, having a great time.
And
That's awesome.
the frame gen's off?
Yeah, frame gen off.
What's a
Nice.
5080 go for? Is it 800?
999.
Yeah, 1,000.
1,000.
MSRP is 1,000, but the 1,500 on all the scalps.
Is it?
You just
is it
gotta
not
refresh-
available? Is it hard to get?
The 5080 and the 5090 are both pretty hard to get. 5090 is like some mythical dragon or something. They made,
Yeah.
I think, 5 of them. I'm pretty
And if you
sure.
get
Ultra rare.
one, watch out about your cables.
Yes.
They might be burning.
Point an infrared
Smoke it
camera
up.
at that sucker.
I can't believe they didn't fix that after the 4000 series because that's a ridiculous
Dude.
problem.
Some of those cables are like they're hitting like 150 Celsius.
That's ridiculous. So I was playing
crap.
Indiana Jones and the penis ring of death,
Mm.
and I noticed I was playing on my downstairs computer, which has a 2080 Ti in it, and I started getting sparkles. I'm like, oh shit, this is bad news.
death.
I think for my
That's
2080
the
Ti.
sparkles of death.
You've
Yeah.
been diagnosed with the
Yeah.
terminal graphics card.
So I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna have to replace my graphics card. So I'll probably put my 3090. Well, I don't think it's gonna fit because that's a small form factor PC. So I'll probably just
3090 is freaking huge.
It is.
Mm.
It's a
The
big chonker.
Founders Edition 5080 is pretty small in relation to all these other new other cards.
Yeah.
I have a 4060 on my stream PC now. Which it can do everything, by the way. It can do all of it.
Yeah.
High,
Nice.
2 passes, 1440 streaming. It's great.
So for the encoding
yes.
on that, for the 4060,
Yes.
you're able to encode to YouTube at 1440 with AV1. You're able
Yep.
to stream to Twitch at 1080p on 7500, right? And then you're able to
Locally
record as well.
recording.
Locally
Yep,
record in
with
AV1.
AV1.
Wow.
Nice.
Mhm.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you,
Yeah.
you upgraded that from a 2060, right?
Yeah, so the 5080 was in the stream PC. But I was doing all of that and I was like, this thing is barely awake. It's like napping and doing all of this stuff. So I feel like I'm wasting a little bit.
So
I started talking.
I'm sorry. I just want
Yeah,
to slow
sorry.
down.
I can give you the. Okay,
I have
I
a
can tell you the
question.
whole story. Yes.
You had a 5080 in your streaming PC.
I wanted to
And the
upgrade
3090
my
was in your
stream.
gaming PC.
Yeah,
Yes,
I was
'cause
streaming and Watts came in
Yes,
chat. She's like, I got the 5080 and I put it in the streaming PC. And I was like, the streaming PC?
Yeah, I
Wait.
know. I really needed
You're
to
just
upgrade
using
the
it for the
stream PC.
encoders? Like,
I really needed to update. Like I couldn't locally record and stream at the same time unless I bumped the settings like super far down.
Yeah.
And I
Mm.
was like, this is gonna be awful for a while. It's like I can't. I need to be able to make content. And I was looking at like the 40 series that I was gonna get. I was gonna get like a 4070. I didn't realize that a $300 4060 could just do it all.
Yeah, because the encoder's the same, right?
Yeah, as long
So-
as it's a 40 series, it can use
well,
AV1.
I looked at it. Yeah, you can do AV1 on any of the 40 series, but if you want the dual encoder, you have to go 4070 Ti and up.
Yeah.
Because I looked into this as well, yeah.
And then probably
Yeah.
for video editing, you probably want as much VRAM as possible, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So you
And
still
let me tell you, the 5080, I rendered a video on there, and that's also beautiful because you can
I've
render
rendered
out
some
an
on the
AV1.
3090 too. It's pretty impressive. I
Amazing.
usually use a 2060, so I that's why I see such a
Oh
stark
yeah,
difference.
huge.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
gotta buy two
so-
graphics cards. Is what you're saying?
Well, so I was going to get a 40 series for the stream PC for AV1, but this was like 2 weeks before the 50 series was announced.
Yeah.
And I initially was going to get a 5070 Ti because I was like, that is like the same price as the 4070 Ti at this point. What the heck? But then they said that they're not going to have a Founders Edition 4070 Ti. And the difference between the 5070 Ti. But the difference between the 5070 Ti and the 5080 price-wise would be the amount that like an MSI 5070 is. So I was like, if I can get a
interesting.
Founders Edition 5080, then I'll be paying about the same as that 5070 Ti from other company.
Yeah.
It's just really hard to
amazing
get,
how
and I
much
got really lucky.
It's amazing how much the graphics card market has changed. Because like I really have no. Like I really don't want to get a third party card anymore because it feels like you're
Yeah.
spending a lot of money on nothing.
hmm
Where it used to be that you didn't want the Founders Edition card because it was going to run too hot and you were
True,
going to get
yeah.
full performance out of it.
It's weird that, like, there's just the market is completely trashed
Oh, it's
For,
so
like,
bad.
for all of them. Like AMD, like
Yeah.
even the Intel stuff, like the Arc, the B580s, which, by the way, you could try that, Briar, if you need something for your downstairs PC. That'd probably be a good replacement to replace the 2080 Ti. Was that what it is?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, all the
Um,
encoding goodness.
Like all of them are freaking. They're just they're
That's
out of stock
insane.
constantly,
Everything's out of
perpetually.
stock.
It's really bad. I was looking and I was like, I would love a 4070 Ti to like future proof myself a little bit. Can't
Mhm.
get those. The only one that you can find is the 4060 because no one wants them.
Wait, you
It's
can't
the
get a
only
4070 Ti?
No.
I think they
€2
stopped
graphics
making 'em.
card.
I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
they
they stopped making the 40
There's
series
no
in general.
4070
Yeah.
Supers. There's nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing anywhere.
Yeah.
So your only option is a 50 series, which you can't get.
Yeah, you can't get the 50 series. On top of that, the 50 series is having these issues with the power stuff as well. So it's like,
The 40
which, by the way,
series was
Watts,
having problems
you
with that.
should,
The
I-
40
I-
series did, yeah.
yeah, Watts, I don't know if you double check the cables for that stuff, but I would Make
Yeah.
sure you got 600-watt rated cables for that.
We've smushed the cables real hard in there.
Nice.
We've smushed them. Like, don't be afraid to manhandle your card a little bit to get the cables in.
Yeah, because like that. I mean, it's weird that the spec is like smoking some of these like that. It's crazy.
But
So the cable's
TLDR, I'm very
literally
happy.
melting.
Yeah.
What's happening with the cables?
What's happening is the cables are not rated for the amount of electricity that the things are pulling.
I think that
Most
would be something that would be checked, right?
like well,
You would
most
think.
of the common cables that people get from like just the basic stuff out of their PSU typically are not rated for that amount. So you have to make sure your
Oh,
cables
fair,
are
okay.
rated for that much electricity that the 5090 and even the 5080 has to pull. So
at least the 5080 is pulling a lot less. So whew.
That's true.
5090 is like, I might not even be able to get one. It might trip my breaker.
I have had that problem.
Yeah, we've had that problem in this office, and I have 2 UPSs, and we put the plug from the dining room and angled it into the office so that it's been a lot. I also upgraded my internet for WoWs.
Ooh,
Oh.
What'd you get?
2
I
gig
have
or 2
I have
terabyte? Or-
1 gig up and down, yeah.
1 gig, yeah.
Because
I
for
goddamn
2
hate you.
I know. Ryland's here like,
If only.
I can't do any
If
of
only.
this.
I've had 1
Finally.
gig.
Yeah,
I've
pretty
had 1
much.
gig up and down for a long time, and it's been a dream.
It really is
They-
wonderful.
They actually gave me the option for 2, and I was like, do I even need 2 gig up and down?
Can you
That's what
tell
I
him to give
thought.
it to me?
I thought
What do
the
you
same
have,
thing.
Mylan? What is your internet?
I've got 100 up. 100 down and 40 up.
Ooh, that's not that bad.
It's
I
not
was stuck.
bad.
I was stuck at.
It's usable.
Yeah.
I think I was stuck at like 6 up for like probably the first
Oof.
5 years I was doing YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was originally what
I
I was
was
at. Yeah.
I was 0.8 up when
Ooh.
I first started my YouTube channel.
So you
What
tell
a-
me there's hope. There's hope.
There's hope. See there is hope.
Because Watch is like, oh, you're so great, 1440p on YouTube. I was like, oh, great. What do I need to do that? Fuck, I
Yeah.
cannot do that.
30,000 up.
Hey, the good news
30,000
with an
kilobits.
AV1, you could lower your bitrate.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, okay. Can you explain it to me like I'm super dumb? I've got a 3060 in
You're
my
gonna
stream
need a
PC.
40.
Doesn't have it.
No, you gotta upgrade your graphics card.
Okay,
Okay,
here's
well-
the thing, though. Here's the thing. You could get one of the cheaper Intel cards as a secondary encoding card to put in your computer, and they are like, I think one of them goes for like 150 if you can find it in stock. Because a lot of people that build Plex servers like these Intel cards because the encoders are really good on them, and they do AV1. So you could do that also, and
Yeah,
just
cheaper.
and yeah, you could technically have the bit rate in half and basically get the same picture quality with AV1.
Yep.
Only on YouTube though, and maybe Twitch if they ever make it happen. But who knows when that's going to happen?
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the internet still holds me back anyway, so it doesn't matter, does it? Or
Yeah.
AV1 has maybe with
Yeah,
the
AV1
AV1
packs
don't
more.
be-
Yeah,
Might
it
help.
packs more data for YouTube. Yeah.
Mhm.
There's also Briar. Have you looked at AMD cards at all?
Mhm.
Yeah. You know the whole 9000s coming out
Yeah.
in March.
Mhm.
Yeah. Rumors about the 9070 XT, right? Yeah.
It's been
being
years
pretty damn
though
good.
since they've competed on the high end. Like they normally just compete with like the 70 series and lower.
Well, I guess typically they've been better at the raster, but they haven't been able to compete with ray tracing. You know, so like that's like if you care about ray tracing, you need to go with NVIDIA, period. And like driver support's usually better with NVIDIA, but not always. Sometimes it can be bad. But this is the perfect time.
This would be the time.
AMD is literally positioned to actually take the mantle if they do this launch right.
If
Because
they have cards in stock.
What A if they have them in stock, but also B if they can legitimately compete with the 50 series in terms of performance and like, you know, they could undercut the market right there. And also, I mean, they've won the CPU market. Everybody
Yeah.
knows the 9800X 3D is like the chip to get now.
Yeah.
So
That's what I'd be getting if I
Everybody
upgrade my
knows that.
CPU.
everybody knows.
Everyone.
Everybody knows.
Everyone.
My mother
Second.
called me up. She's like, "You got one of those 9800 XTs yet?" I'm like,
X3Ds.
Like I
Fuck
got
yeah,
it a
Ma.
year ago. It's great.
of course I do.
So I mean, hey, I'm curious. I hope they come out swinging. They like do some some magic with the 9000 on that.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
But the secret sauce doesn't seem to be on their graphics cards as much as their CPUs.
No.
Could be a
Tefty
generation away though. Yeah.
was able to actually play Wilds for the first time
Yes. Mhm.
last weekend. It was his
Yep.
first time, and he like
It was
hadn't
my
seen a
very
bunch
first
of
time.
stuff, right? You had not looked at a ton of things, and
No, it was basically virgin eyes to the experience. I mean, I've seen a couple YouTube videos, obviously, because like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm excited about it. But like, I loaded up on Friday night, and I was like, I can't wait to stream this. And then PSN was down.
Got him.
I was like, what in the hell? I was like, surely it'll be back up in a couple hours. And so then, yeah, I was down for a whole day. But I ended up streaming it on Saturday. Yeah, it was awesome. I
Mhm.
really felt like it was an evolution of World.
yeah,
You know?
Yep.
Like it's
absolutely.
distinctly a better Monster Hunter experience.
Yep.
Like all the way around with different the weapons and all that. And also it feels like Guiding Lands meets what they had in the original World with
Mhm.
Wilds, you know? So man,
After
I'm really looking forward to it.
like Watson and I played, because I only played World, and then Watson and I played GU, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh right, they kind of had the formula for a long time. They've just
Since
been
like the first
slowly
one.
Mhm.
slowly polishing it and just getting rid of some of those bugbears and just making it a little bit more accessible. And
Yep.
I feel like that's kind of similar to Wilds, isn't, it feels very similar to World, but they've just made it. No, I don't want to say easier, because I think easier is the right word. They've just polished it more.
The aiming
Um,
is easier. The whole like aiming mid
Being
swing
able to
of
aim
stuff.
is nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
that's a huge quality of life change because
That also
Eh.
allows them to make like there's actually a monster that's coming back called Gravios. They've
Mhm.
been able to make like the parts of his body that you can actually hit that aren't like covered in rock really specific, because the
Mhm.
player can aim specifically. So
yeah.
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 Yeah, the
Yep.
whole the
The focus
wounding
mode.
focus mode, wounding the monster and all that, and like seeing like the wounds and it plays like it feels like a next gen version of Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
That
And particles. Ooh,
yeah, a lot of particles, the weather system,
others
the land shift and
night
change and all that, day night, yeah, like really really cool. It sucks that the performance seems like it's pretty bad. like you need a 5080 to run 75 frames
Yeah,
per second at
I
1440.
know. I was
Like,
there. I was like, I'm
what?
really happy with my 75, but I do understand that an i9 3900K and a 5080 should probably get more.
That's insane, right? Like the game doesn't look like Cyberpunk. You know?
Yeah, I know.
It looks like Monster
It's-
Hunter, yet it requires Cyberpunk level stuff to even get decent frame rates. Weird.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only on a 2080 Ti, so I don't know what I'm gonna do.
You can run it. Like there's a
It was
bunch of. Did you do the benchmark?
No, I need to do the benchmark. It was
should do the benchmark.
running. I mean, I didn't really notice a huge issue with the frames. I just noticed there were issues with like the water, and I was actually having that on the console last time. Like the water wasn't like rendering. You can like the camera can like go through it, and you just kind of see the polygons or something. I don't know.
Mm.
It was like disappearing,
fit-
reappearing.
You need a 5090 and nearly burn down the house.
Yeah. Can I? All right. So I'm
Oh,
gonna get me wife on the show, and you guys explain to her
Gladly.
what.
I can't
why
wait to
I
talk
need
to
a-
your wife. I think it's gonna be
This
great.
this investment
I
will
got
change your
so
life.
many bathroom questions too.
that might be the whole conversation, to be honest.
Well, last
Yeah.
time
You're
she
aware
came
they
on.
don't have sinks in their bathrooms?
Oh yeah, we had this
Oh,
conversation
okay, all right.
a long time ago. Yeah, we railed Mylan about this a lot.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
been thinking about it.
Yeah, we're dirty convicts. What do you expect?
Would you call it the
Washing our
mudroom or
hands is
something?
the least important thing.
Yeah, actually no. Mudroom has a sink. This doesn't have a sink. You use a toilet. It's like, anyways, I don't want to get into it.
I always wonder why the Americans take so long when they come over to my house, because they get stuck in the toilet and they can't leave.
And they're just looking. They're looking around. They're like,
Do I wash it in the top
God.
part?
What do I do
they're
with the
opening up
hands?
toilet.
Yeah, the upper reservoir. But back to the Monster Hunter stuff. So I actually
Oh, can I also say,
Yeah.
performance on PS5 is looking real good because
Oh,
they
that's
had a
good.
bunch
There you
of
go.
creators come.
Better?
Yes.
That's what I wanted
Oh,
to say. So
yeah.
I actually bought a PS5 Pro, and I know
Mm.
bad investment. I get it.
That's fine.
PS5 Pro is a bad deal. $200 extra, whatever for above what the PS4 Pro was. I get it. Sony, why are you doing this to us? I bought one mostly because I wanted to make sure that I had the best possible performance for Monster Hunter and the potential of GTA 6 coming out this year, which supposedly is going to come out. And it actually felt pretty good. It played pretty
And
good.
that is before the enhancement, which, if you want to look at the enhancements for anyone watching, on their website, they do have videos of the PS5 Pro enhanced, both graphic mode and performance mode. They have videos of it, and they also break down each mode and how much FPS you're expecting and the resolution for it and everything.
Yeah.
But the people who have played, they invited people to play a couple weeks ago, and they were playing a more updated version of the build, not the launch build, but a more updated version. And all
Okay.
of them are like, "This is so much better than
On the
beta."
base PS5?
base PS5. Yeah.
Nice, yeah. So I'm really hoping that the PS5 Pro has like a lot more juice to give it because otherwise I wasted $700.
I've had that PS5 in my cart for like 3 months, and I keep saying, I'll buy it when I can buy the disc drive for it because all my games are on disc.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not gonna buy it if I can't play any of my games on it.
Yeah,
The disc
sure.
drive is
See,
never in stock.
It's funny for me. I am the opposite. Like I never buy any of the physical discs. I always just buy a digital copy because I like the convenience. I want to just download it and then be good with that.
Yeah.
I'm also planning on picking up a Portal too. Before I was like, I'm not really gonna get that or whatever. But now I'm like, well, now I got the Pro. I might as well just go full fanboy out and get the dual edge and the Portal and just Sony pony.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go crazy. Get a hat.
Get a hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Oh, Holtz's hat. I should ask Holtz if he's got any of those
That's
leftover
true.
Sony beanies. Yeah.
You get one of those
Yeah.
signs, like the neon signs, the XO
Yeah.
triangle circle.
Yeah, my justification was I needed another controller. I needed 2 terabytes of hard drive space, and I wanted to play those games in better quality than what the base was going to be.
I get it.
So I gaslit
mean-
myself into a $700 purchase.
I mean, Tefty,
Yeah.
people are buying an entire new PCs for Wild, so it's cheaper than that.
True.
There you go.
So you basically saved money.
I saved
You
money.
saved money. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Pat
a steal.
myself on the
Wise
back.
financial decision. Nice job.
Thank you.
It should be an actuary.
Yeah. People in chat in the comments can
You
congratulate
help with
me
my taxes?
on my yeah. You got it, man. I got you.
No, really.
So what did we think of Arkveld? Or did you have another topic you want to talk about Watts first?
I'll just say I can't wait to sit around a campfire with you guys, hopefully in Wilds, roasting
Mhm.
marshmallows and playing songs with our hands.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of
Mhm.
bongos, a little bit of tapping and clapping.
Okay,
Is this a
Mhm.
thing? Is this a thing that's in the game? Because I haven't seen this
Yes,
yet.
it is. It's in the game.
Wow.
You can have people
Love
sitting
it.
around a campfire, roasting marshmallows, doing songs together. Yeah.
Right. How do you do
Yeah.
that? That's not in the beta yet, is it?
It's not in the beta. It's part of the pop-up camp customization. You can put
Oh,
a
nice.
campfire with chairs outside of your pop-up camp,
Right.
and then you can interact with it. And your palago
cool.
gets involved too, starts grilling with you, drinking with you.
Do we have a hunting horn main on our team? Because I feel like someone's got to commit to the hunting horn.
No, they don't. The game's gonna be easy until G rank. Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
honestly.
but just think of the hilarity of a hunting horn. I feel like that brings you always need a bard on the team. I feel like it brings
True.
Well, you
It
are pretty
brings something.
bardy, Mylan, so you
Yeah.
better get learning.
Yeah.
Dude, it's too hard though. The combos are fucking music.
It's not difficult. You just, learn a few combos. You're good.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. It's fun.
Maybe.
You'll
Because
be
I have been
okay.
playing hammers. I mean, the hunting horn's pretty close. It's just with the buffs added onto it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
the
I mean,
same
like,
thing.
you make sure you play your songs, you buff out the party, and then you knock them on the face. Break a horn.
Knock them in the face. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do a little spin.
Big,
Ooh,
yeah,
play
big
guitar.
damage. Hmm.
Guitar solo.
It's good stuff.
I
I still
only
don't
had
know what I
like
want
a.
to main.
Oh, you don't know yet?
Yeah,
You
no,
do,
I'm not
surely.
sure. I mean,
Doesn't
I
know?
could easily lean into the great sword. I could easily lean into the long sword. I could, there's maybe I want to try sword and shield. I don't know.
Sword and shield.
How
is
many
amazing.
how many did you try in the beta?
Two of those. It was those two that I mentioned, but I've played most of them before, so I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to decide what I want to. If I do want to just stick with what's comfortable, or if I want to, step outside the box a bit.
I'm kind of leaning into being more comfortable so I can just enjoy the mods and like exploring and open worldness stuff more
Yeah.
rather than like trying to add on top of like learn a more harder weapon,
And you got to learn how to fish real good.
Mm.
Gonna be fishing.
Important.
Mm-hmm. I'm be doing a lot of fishing.
There
Yeah.
was fishing in Wilds, wasn't there? Or World?
Yeah, they've made it a lot deeper though. They've kind of used a lot of like real life fishing mechanics in there.
Wow.
The way you move the lure to
there
lure
a-
them.
Bait and tackle shop in the camp.
There might be like someone who sells you bait and tackle. Maybe there's different lures, so maybe
Lair.
lures.
Get
Lures.
different fish. Maybe do you get the fish to then hunt different monsters and lure them out?
You can eat them,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
with your little cooking
Mhm.
cooking thing, get fish, eat them. Yeah. Very excited.
What did you think of Arkveld?
I didn't play it yet.
I thought you'd done it.
Oh no, I played all the monsters except for Arkveld.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What do you think of Arkveld, Watts? I only did it a
I
couple
like
times.
Arkveld. I like him. He's his moves look very flashy, especially when he
Yeah.
gets all red. Very,
Mhm.
very cool. I like his chains, his music. His music is
Music's good.
really
Yeah.
good. His music theme is super, super good. I'm excited that he's called Chained Arkveld
Chained.
because
What
it
does that
makes you think that maybe
'Cause there's
there'll
an
be
Unchained.
Unchained.
Unchained?
Yeah.
Unchained.
Or
Unhinged
even just like
Arkveld.
any different version. Like they're normally just called Rathalos. Rathian,
Yeah.
not something Rathian, something Rathalos.
Yeah.
So
True.
I think it's something to
Did-
do with that sussy Rathalos that was in the trailer, but
I only played him a handful of times.
Yeah.
Does he get empowered by the lightning striking him, or is that just when he gets enraged, his chains go
It's when he gets enraged. But he sucks
red?
off Radau to get his powers, energy and stuff.
Oh, he also gets from Radau.
He sucks we've seen him he's grabbing with chains. We've seen him grab Radau with chains and siphon energy from him and also
Right.
Duna.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So my guess
I
is
thought
he's
I-
going to all the apexes and like siphoning their power.
Right. Oh, so maybe you're right. He has gems in his belly.
He's got gems in his belly.
Stones.
What's
Siphon the
not to
energy
holding?
off.
He's mad about the stones that he can't
Well, this is
pee out.
why we had a theory because he siphons energy into himself. That we had a theory that Nata's people were chained him up to siphon the energy out of him. To like,
Right, because he's chained now. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't trust him.
Yeah.
Whatever they're doing something bad. I know it.
Yep.
I made a video 4 months ago saying Arkveld is innocent. So,
I remember the time it was like not what you think or something like that.
Yep. Innocent.
Yeah, I thought he was great. Like what said the music. I think his moveset was awesome. Like I think it's always great when you have a monster and you fight it. You're like, oh my god, how am I gonna do this? And then you realize like quite well telegraphed. There's enough openings once you find your right move in that opening, and your positioning. Like I think that's always like the best feeling in Monster Hunter is to go from, well, this is stupid to like, oh, I get it. I get like what I should use, when I should use it. I'm starting to recognize the moves. Like that is always for me, like the fun process of meeting a new mon. And he kind of slotted straight into that straight away. Because sometimes monsters can be pretty frustrating if they're hard, like if they're too hard. It's getting that balance right between challenge
I
and
noticed.
rewarding.
I noticed with Ray Dow the insta kill attacks and the visual feedback is so. This could be one of these things where it's like, oh, the game's easier because it's going to tell you when you're going to instantly die, but like, it looks so much better having
It
like
does.
the things go. You're gonna freaking die unless you get out of the way. Like,
Yeah.
it's like well done, Monster Hunter
Yeah,
team. Well
I
done.
the health bar's like, yeah, it lets you know, but also I think it just adds to the intensity of the attack.
Mhm.
It's like the lighting all kind of changes and the health bar is going crazy, and you're like, oh, this is a big attack.
Yeah,
I really
it's
like it.
drama. That's what it is. They
It's drama,
put the
yeah.
drama in the fight with that. It's so cool to experience it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, Arkveld hits pretty hard, and also the time you gotta be getting
You have
everything
20
right
minutes.
to do it in the 20 minutes, which I
Gotta
think
get good.
is probably what will get most people the first couple times until they start getting a bit slicker with their combos, I guess. Working
They
the
want you to
set.
learn it. Yeah, learn the
Yeah,
monster,
so maybe
learn how you
there's,
can do
like,
it. Yeah.
I don't know if there's really artificial difficulty, but I guess because you can't like over level for it, it's kind of like a quite
Yeah.
set difficulty level right now.
Mhm.
You can't just go get a better, a better weapon to really
Yeah.
slam him in that 20 minutes. You just got to get good, really, which is
I think
is
the
also
first
fun.
time I hunted him, he had a skull. I would guess he was maybe like 2 hits from dying. It was he was really low, and then I timed out, and then I've been fine since then.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited
He's
about
a
it.
great
I
fight.
can't wait to
He's
play
a
the
really
game.
good fight.
I haven't
Hop on
fought
now,
the
Tefty. Load up the stream. It's time.
I'm in
I
that
haven't fought
weird.
Gypsteros
Like,
yet.
oh, really?
No, I
Is
went
that the
straight
one with the
because
long tail?
I only had like 3 hours before the beta went down, so I just
He
did Arkveld
flashes
straight
you.
away.
Oh yeah. Wait. Yeah. Flashes and also.
Flashes, has a smacky tail, and
Yeah,
spits
the long
poison at
tail.
you.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I played all the monsters except for Arkfeld on last week's beta, and I guess this week I'll probably play it. I was gonna say I'm in that weird like state of do I even want to play the beta? Because really,
Yeah.
what I want to play is the full game. I want to get
I
my
know.
character and level it up and lovingly kill all these monsters.
Every time I
Yeah.
pick up a anything off the ground, I'm like, "Oh, I can't really use it though, can
Yeah,
I?"
I'm
Exactly.
carving, and I'm like, why am I carving? I don't
Yeah.
get to keep any of this,
It just
but I
reminds me
have
that it's
to.
not playing the full game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So we
that's
have the
obviously, like,
Night Rain
huge portion.
playtest. I'm gonna play the Night Rain playtest.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
I don't.
I'm gonna play it tomorrow night. They have set like 3-hour periods of time to play it. So the first
Mm.
one
To
is between
load their
7 and
servers up.
10 p.m. tomorrow.
I hope it's
Yeah,
good.
cool.
People seem pretty
people seem
happy
impressed,
about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's also like what, $40 or something like that? It's not a full price game.
Yeah.
They're gonna have DLC with new characters and areas and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a collector's edition.
Get it for the
What's
shelf.
Is there a survival kit in it?
Kick
'Cause I already have
No.
one.
Kick
Hope
out that
so.
Destiny material and put it put the new thing in there.
On the straight to the pool room.
I already have a space blanket. Thank you.
What's
Yeah, that'd be
Monster
cool.
Hunter's special thing if you pay the big bucks for it?
So you can only get that one in Japan.
Ugh.
It comes with a bike.
A bike? Like an
A
e-bike?
foldable bike. That
Oh,
you
you
can
already
like
have
take
one of
on the
those, Tefty.
subway.
Yeah, I do. I have a foldable bike.
It's foldable bike. Yeah, for you to pretend it's your sacred or something. And it comes with that plushy sacred baby.
Huh.
Big plushy one. Yeah.
It's an actual bike that you can ride.
It's a bike you can ride. Yeah. Yep.
Huh. Marketing
That's why
department.
it's only in
Monster.
Japan.
They
Is
need
it-
some
is it-
words with the marketing department.
Is it got like a
I would love a
monster's head? Is it like armor? Is it
No.
crafted in the same as a
No,
monster head
it's
on
a
the front?
bike with the logo on it.
Yeah, right.
Yikes.
But if you are in, so yeah, the US doesn't have like anything that you can just buy from the US for Monster Hunter. You have to go to eCapcom and get it shipped through World Shopping, which is how you can buy things from the Capcom store. And that's how you can get the baby plushie sacred. You also get a steelbook
The stuffed
case
animal.
and A stuffed animal, sacred. A stuffed sacred.
You're gonna get canceled. I really like the picture, Watts, that you chose for the Twitter thumbnail today with Tefty kind of deep in thought.
Just Tefty's face.
Deep,
I was
deep
like,
thought,
where did that
Tefty?
picture come from?
it's from Tefty.
That's just one of my thumbnails I've been using for like the music tech channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Watts, you asked for a caption for that photo.
Yes. Oh, yes.
So I'll make this the thumbnail. This photo the thumbnail for this week's episode, so everybody gets to see it. So nobody is left out when we go through some of those captions real quick.
Oh boy.
Yeah. All right. Let's hear the captions.
I'll try to be quick with this. Beerus says, why don't I mama bird some Doritos?
Yo, speaking of Mama Bird, when I was playing the latest Destiny episode, Holtz came into chat and it was really cool seeing him talking about game dev and talking about what he did in Destiny and working on Marathon and all that. So
Working on Marathon.
yeah, it's really cool. I haven't talked to him in a long time, so it was nice seeing him in chat.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I did ask him. I said, has anyone brought up mama birding in a meeting? At Bungie?
What was the answer?
He said no.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, God, no. I
Bungie
said,
needs
if
to step
someone
it up.
does, I said, please let me know if someone brings it up.
Yeah,
I need to
would also
know
like
this.
to be notified.
Yeah.
Zigguron says, is it snake and drink or snack and drink?
Mm.
Classic. It's a classic one.
Old school.
Classic.
Yep.
Montcel says, I really thought my hand would make a good beard replacement, but now I'm starting to have second thoughts. Diddy says, when will my beard come back in?
Oh, man.
Tosh says, Pete Parsons browsing the luxury car selection after laying off the remainder of Bungie's QA team. Joe Griffin says, is one baby birded Dorito enough to fill the entire non-baby birded Dorito?
These are the questions.
Baby bird Doritos on there.
Yeah. It's a hot topic.
The ratio.
Double entendre.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Thanks, guys. That was great.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I got some regular Twitter questions. You guys want to hear them?
Sure.
Yeah.
JT Stowe says, I just finished Stellar Blade. What do I play next? Liza P, Ghost of Tsushima, or Sekiro?
Oh my God. All of them.
Bangers.
Well,
Is it
Liza P.
also
Okay, let me
last?
think about it. Liza P is getting a DLC this year, so you could play Liza P into the DLC. Ghost of Tsushima is getting a second game this year, but we don't have a date.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing game, period.
I didn't get
It's
the impression that you need to play the first one to play the second one with Ghost.
You don't.
Yeah, they're calling it Ghost
Maybe
of
do Liza
Yote.
P first. Yeah, Ghost of Yote.
Wait, they just finished Stellar Blade?
Yeah.
Depends what they want, though. Because Liza P and Sekiro are going to be more like difficult
Similar.
from software. Ghost of Tsushima would be
More similar.
your open
difficulty.
world, but probably closer combat-wise to Stellar Blade. Oh, I guess Stellar Blade has lots of bosses in it too, doesn't it? I like Ghost of Tsushima the best.
It
out of
is an
that.
amazing video game experience.
Yeah.
It is. Amazing.
Especially what was that mode called that they released later that had the
raid mode?
Legends.
Yeah,
Oh
Legends.
my God. That was
Yeah.
You kind of need friends to play that one, which was amazing as well. But like the base game is honestly a
incredible.
masterpiece. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very good.
Endgame Express says, I'm not sure what I'm looking forward to more, Monster Hunter Wilds or Elden Ring Night Rain. 2025 is shaping up nicely. Plus, we had an announcement of Housemarque's new game, State of Play. What game are you looking forward to?
It's going to be a
Wilds.
hard guess for all of us, I think.
Yeah.
You would never guess.
Sonic Racing.
Sonic Racing.
Let's go.
I mean,
Besides Wilds, first Berserker Kazan. Very excited about that. Lies P
Mhm.
DLC.
Yeah, Liza P DLC just jumped to the top of my list, I think. Elden Ring Night Rain. The only problem is that I just don't know if I really want to play that with people. Like, it's a multiplayer game. And I
Yeah.
just don't know that I'm going to be playing that with people. It
Mhm.
looks like it's right up my alley, though. So I might have to bite the bullet and be social on video
Just
games.
play with us, Briar. Hello.
You guys are up so
Are
late.
you? Is
But I
Briar?
stream. What? No.
Briar, are you entering your goth phase?
I've been in my goth phase for the last 3 months. I'm sorry. I
3
can't
months.
believe you haven't noticed.
I didn't. I
Oh.
apologize. Briar's goth phase, guys.
I feel so unseen.
He's moody and irritable and doesn't want to be social. And you better invite him.
Milo, what are you looking forward to?
Look, I'm just gonna try everything and anything, and see if I like it.
Just
I am gonna
wild
try
card it?
Avowed. Avowed is out now.
Yeah.
Avowed is.
And
Actually, the 18th,
and
right?
I've kind of been on the fence with it. Like, I don't know if it's gonna be for me, but from what I've seen, I watched a couple Twitch streams and it looked pretty fun, and it's been getting pretty good reviews. So I think I'm gonna try that next week.
Yeah.
Obviously, Monster Hunter Wilds. Probably gonna play a bunch of Warframe still. That's not a new game, of course. 13 years old. But then I'll just see where the wind takes me. I don't know.
Yeah, I've actually been in the mood for Briar. You'll love this topic. This is your favorite, actually. I've been in the mood for a roguelike deep dive into a bunch of different games. Briar, are you still anti-roguelike?
You don't like roguelikes?
I don't know. Some of them are okay. Some of them.
Here it is.
I just get bored playing the same first 3
Yeah.
levels over and over again. You know, it was fun
Yeah.
when I first did it, but it's just so common now in video games.
I feel like that's just a design issue, though, with a lot of them. Like,
Yeah.
you could definitely get past that and not
Like
have
Returnal
that.
didn't bother me in Returnal. So
There you go. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it just depends on how simple it is. Right.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot of like new ones that have come out that I don't know. I kind of want to deep dive into a bunch of them and just see which ones are the best.
What was the one that just had the Castlevania DLC? It didn't bother me in that game either.
Dead Cells?
Dead Cells, yeah.
Yeah, one of the classics.
Let's see here. Deuces says, do you think we'll get those Destiny 1 nostalgia feels again, or was that lightning in a bottle? Has Eververse gone too far? It seems to be more cooler stuff in Eververse than what you can earn in the game. I think that Destiny pulls on the nostalgia strings too often, and they have worn it out. Right? Is they started pulling on the nostalgia strings in Destiny 1 when they sent you on like the Galahorn quest and the what was that first gun that you got in the game quest? Like they started too early with the nostalgia, and then they start re-releasing weapons for the 3rd time or for the 4th time, and you're like, come on, really? Again
Back in
with
the
the
Dreadnought.
Galahorn?
nostalgia with the Dreadnought.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do think it was a bit lightning in the bottle because there was some stuff that just hadn't quite happened yet. Like there was the live service as a first-person shooter had definitely not been really like thought of a lot. Like there was Borderlands 1 and then Borderlands 2 came out. And Borderlands 2 had scratched some of that surface of like, hey, get together, get stuff, and trade weapons, but nothing like an actual live service. And the concept it wasn't really in the vocabulary of like mainstream gamers yet, of like a first-person shooter getting weapons and it be like a live service and do raids together. Like that was World of Warcraft stuff. Like you had to be a PC player to go do that type of stuff. So to have that come to consoles was definitely lightning in a bottle. And they had the DNA of Halo. They had the DNA of Halo and the stuff that they could draw upon to make the weapons feel incredible. And it took probably a good 4, possibly 5 years for companies to catch up to understand how to make weapons feel good in video games like Bungie has. But it is all over the place now. Like it's kind of rare when a game comes out and they really drop the ball on how the guns feel. most games now, they understand those guns have to feel good.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
feel
I've played a bunch of indie first-person shooters, and I'm like, this feels amazing.
Yeah. I think Bungie laid out the DNA for that, and everyone was like, we're stealing all this.
Yeah.
You know?
Also, how many people have gone through Bungie and gone on to work
Yeah.
on other
Yeah.
places? It's like,
A
True.
lot.
I'm sure those secrets aren't so secret, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pretty much completely agree with that. I think it was genre defining in, we didn't know what we wanted until it came along, and I don't know if I've had another game that's come and done that again, and I don't know if another game will in I hope it does.
Yeah.
I think you can see there's like some big trends. Like I think, Fortnite did that for a lot of people. Like, as Destiny is to us, Fortnite is,
Yeah.
Destiny
True.
to a lot of like younger kids, and that kind of steamrolled the whole battle royale genre for quite a while. I hope there's a new thing that comes along that's genre defining and, gives that same spark. But yeah, I kind of agree with what Tefty said with an MMO like first person shooter, loot and shooter, dungeon raids, kind of hadn't been seen or done before.
First time on consoles. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough to redo something like that. Like, because
like,
also
I think
there's way more people making games today. There's way
Yeah.
more people playing games and way more people making games today than there were 10, 15 years ago.
I also feel like a lot of games now are just blending genres of things they know people like. It's a lot more games is like just blending different
Yeah.
elements together rather than something wholly unique. But I guess Destiny was that. Destiny was blending the MMO aspects of, World of Warcraft with loot and shooter. So I guess you could
Yeah,
argue
there
that's
was
exactly what they did.
before first person raids, and then Destiny happened, and now people are like, oh, like a first person raid, like what Destiny does with these raids, like that's become like a thing that people talk about in the gamer spheres.
Yeah.
Like genre defining.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Trials of Osiris didn't have the same effect, because that was also like really revolutionary game mode, and like the legacy of Trials of Osiris, I think, is probably not as strong as you'd like it to be. When that came out, it was amazing. It was.
You're right. Yeah, it absolutely was.
I
Like
do wonder whether that was
moment.
just the lack of like support. Like I wonder whether if it had got more support for a longer time, if we would look back differently on Trials. A bit like Fortnite, like battle royales like popping up. Like if it wasn't supported well, like would people still look back on Fortnite and be like, oh, it wasn't that good? Because it initially had quite good success, right? And then it fell off.
Trials,
yeah, for a long time.
Trials carried the game until
yeah.
Taken King.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Taken King, like there was a content drought after Taken King. It was like back to Trials, and a lot of people paid money for recovs and stuff.
Yeah,
like there's people doing full-time jobs doing that stuff. Like I don't know if it is today, people doing that, but like it's crazy how many people were professionally doing that. And Bungie's like, you're not supposed to do that, but like lots of people were having like actual careers doing that type of stuff because Trials was so popular, because of the idea of coveted loot.
Bungie really dropped the ball when they, I think, just completely didn't respect how important PvP was for their game. Because a big special thing with Destiny is finding guns from all over the place, and then you get to fight people with it in really good feeling sandbox.
Yeah.
Like you don't have that in many places. You have it in MMOs with like tab targeting, and it's not the same as like a really good feeling shooter.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's so many ingredients there that they had.
Yeah.
And then between the engine being like some low tick rate that just doesn't feel good for PvP, and then the dev team just not really giving it priority and kind of letting it die on the vine, is like, it's strange, because it definitely could have been I think like Fortnite level up there. If it had gotten the right attention from the devs for the PvP side. But at the same time, it's possible the PvE side would have just been completely neglected, because that's basically what happened with Fortnite. It's like they had the save the world thing. People were like, oh yeah, this is cool. I wonder what's going to happen after they finish it. And then they quickly made a Fortnite, or they quickly made a battle royale to compete, and it was like game over. That's all they're focusing on.
They canceled the Save of the World, right? Like they just like removed that from the
I
game.
think it's
pretty
still
quickly.
in there.
Is it?
No, I
Yeah,
think
you
it's still
can
in there.
still
Yeah.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, Fortnite has grown dramatically. I've played it recently, and like I get it. It's fun. Like it's
Yeah.
the no build is fun. I like it. I'm like this. Yeah, this. I get why people play this. It's weird though that people could buy shoes, like spend $8 for a pair of Nikes. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, if I had a kid that wanted the $8 Nikes for their character, I'd be like, no.
I'd say get a job. You can have all the shoes you want.
No.
No. I
But
think,
yeah, they made like this whole arcade thing where like they have a bunch of game modes and a bunch of things inside the Fortnite framework.
Yep.
And people buy these skins, and then these skins work in all these different modes and all that. It's like, wow, this is printing money, man. Absolutely
Yep.
printing money.
I think Trials had a lot of the elements of what then became popular with like battle royales and extraction shooters, because it was very good spectator sport. It was really exciting to watch, just like when
was, yeah.
BRs first came out, because there's this mini story playing out.
Yep.
And as a player, it's like one of the few things that like got your heart racing. Like that's what I found with
Yeah.
like BRs and extracts. Like, oh my god, I want to get this loot. I want to get out. I need to get this win. And there wasn't, I don't know, a huge amount of things doing that. I think that's why Trials was appealing, and so it probably had like some of the emotions that made BRs and extraction shooters popular for a fair while, but then, fell off for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Could have maybe given us a map, once every not 2 years or 3 years.
Yeah.
So many things,
It's
Watts.
unbelievable.
There's so many
was-
things, from like the
they
way the
just-
servers have felt, or the non-existent servers, to then having this weird peer-to-peer hybrid thing. Like, it's just so many things that they just decided not to do. Crazy. Nisha in chat did make a good point about like the memorabilia behind us. Like kids want to show off stuff in their game, so that
Yeah.
is why like buying skins and showing off your Nikes and all that in game. Like that makes sense. Why kids want to do that?
Yeah.
So
Well, my like niece plays Fortnite, and like she always wants to play Fortnite with me. She's like, oh my uncle's a YouTuber. She was just so embarrassing. She always tells all her friends, you're playing with someone famous. I'm like, please don't. And she keeps going, oh, can you please like play with these other Fortnite streamers and like introduce me? Stuff like that. But when it comes to like skins, she's like, oh, I'm poor. I don't have skins. Like that's it's their way of flexing. It's the same as like the clothes they're wearing. They're like, if you don't have cool skins, like you're a poor person, essentially.
dude, you can buy music in Fortnite. You could spend $5 on a track. You can get Sabrina Carpenter's Espresso in there, so when you jump in a car, it's playing Espresso, and pay $5 for that. Meanwhile, to make $5 on Spotify as a musician, you got to have like 2,000 plays, just like about 5,000 plays. It's crazy how many plays you have to have, like full plays on Spotify versus on Fortnite. Someone could spend $5 just to have the song in their catalog. It's crazy.
And you wonder why artists are going with Fortnite. Yeah, I'm sure they are, because they're like, yeah, sure,
they definitely
you
get a
can
cut
buy
of
my
that.
song for $5 so I can make a ton of money.
Absolutely. They're not giving that away for free. There's a license deal between the record label and them, where they're like, yeah, if you want this in, you're going to have to, every time this gets sold, you give us a nice big chunk of change. And like, that's an incredible moneymaker for the artist right there. Also, I'm sure the skin, like licensing your image into Fortnite, dude, major money.
Yep.
Well, I mean, it was major money for content creators when you had your creator code and everything. So like, artists are just like the other side of that, really.
Yeah. And then after Sunday, everyone unequipped Patrick Mahomes, said no more of that skin. Shout out to you football fans out there.
I hosted a Super Bowl party.
Really? What did you serve?
We had 4 different types of pizzas.
Oh.
There were a bunch of different varieties of donuts.
Uh-huh.
There was a cheese board with grapes. You're feeling fancy.
Any wine?
And a free wine.
Ooh.
There was wine, Japanese beer, all sorts of different sodas. Yeah,
nice.
That sounds lovely.
That's pretty good. And then we did karaoke after in our house, because we have karaoke set up.
Nice.
It was great.
I didn't realize. I saw a video about how how much people paid for seats at the Super Bowl. I didn't realize how crazy
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, God.
expensive it is.
Crazy
Oh
expensive.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like $6,000, like
Yeah, you are-
average or something.
You are rich if you're going to the Super Bowl.
I'm like, where these guys get money from? What the hell? For a seat, $6,000? Holy.
That could be a 5090 with a brand new 9800X 3D.
Oh, yeah.
That's a
Oh,
whole
my
new.
God.
That's a whole new
PC.
God
PC.
damn.
That might be two. It could be two PCs.
That's what
You
I
get you a
was
little
like.
cheaper streaming rig and a new gaming PC.
There's no way I'm going to watch a sports ball for the same price as a PC. Holy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blandy McBlanderson says, "What is your frou-fruiest grooming product?"
What's the question?
What's your frou-fruiest grooming product?
Rubiest?
Frou.
Frou-frou.
Like
Frou-frou.
fancy.
Fancy.
What does frou-frou mean? Fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're,
Oh.
like posh.
I basically have zero grooming products.
Mm.
As
Yeah,
you
you
can
gotta-
tell.
You got a beard wash?
No, just use shampoo.
No oils?
No.
Olive oil?
Tefty's
comb?
judging you. You're hankering for a tough lecture right about now.
The Tef grooming lecture
coming.
inbound.
I could see it brewing.
No, it's okay.
Shampoo
I mean,
and soap, baby. That's it.
do you condition
need.
it?
No.
Oh boy.
And sometimes I just jump in the chlorinated pool. That's enough.
He's like certain people who were like, yeah, I don't need to take a shower after I go in the pool. There's water in there. I'm clean.
I know the chlorinated levels. It's high. It's killing everything.
Do you ever do brush it?
Yeah, you brush it? You got a
You don't
beard
brush
comb?
it at all?
Never.
God damn, savage, man.
And look, not a single gray hair. Look at his hair. It's perfect.
That's true.
What about on the beard?
Perfect. Nothing.
I don't
Not even
know.
died.
I don't know if your brushing technique has anything to do with gray hair.
Yeah, that's not gonna give you
I
grays.
don't know if that's related.
I didn't use conditioner or a brush on my beard, so I don't have gray hair.
Okay.
It's true.
If it ain't
How it
broke, don't
works.
change it, I guess.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't really have any. Well, I mean, I have like a particular shaving lather. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like I'm not using Gillette BS or whatever. I'm using something that's got like a nice high foaming lather type of feel. I'm also using the safety razors. I'm not using the like the throwaway Bics or whatever. You know,
Yeah,
like
that's pretty frou-frou.
the safety razor stuff is really nice. You get a good one of those, and also it's way cheaper too. Way cheaper. So maybe it's on the frou-frou side, but honestly, it's like the cost savings is crazy in comparison to the Gillette blades and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of
Like, I
Wendy,
people
got,
you
use
asked
those
this
Gillette
question when
blades for
Tefty's
way
here
too
too.
long.
Not Tefty. Fran.
Fran would
Yeah.
That's the
definitely have
question
hair
when
care.
Fran
Oh,
is
yeah.
here too, because
Yeah.
he's got a lot.
A lot of
He's
people use
opposite of me,
those
I think.
expensive blades too long because they're so fucking expensive.
No need. It's
Yeah.
also when I switch to like a safety razor, it's just one blade, way less like ingrown hair type of stuff that you get from like the triple blade type of thing. The triple blade is like it shaves it 3 times, so it's trying to get a really close shave, but it ends up causing like issues with the regrowth. You start getting like it's like infection or whatever, like a ingrown type of stuff. The safety razor, it's like nice clean shave. You can take your time with that. The nice experience, it's a different. Mylan, you would know if you shaved your beard. You would know.
If I shave, yeah.
Yeah, if you shaved.
Yeah, I don't really think I got like a facial moisturizer. I think that's probably as frou-frou as I got. I got a new nose hair trimmer for Christmas. I mean,
Nice.
they were probably trying to tell me something there.
And it was like dipping. It was blending in with your mustache.
Yeah.
They're like, listen,
I
you
got some
gotta
weird
fix
gifts
this.
this Christmas. I got a vacuum cleaner. I got a toaster.
These are great presents.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are great.
David Snow says, I've been waiting for Elder Scrolls 6 since 2018 when they released an initial trailer. What's a game you've been waiting for, even if it may never come?
Oh,
Bloodborne 2?
Bloodborne, literally anything.
Yeah.
Remake, remaster, 60
What's going-
FPS patch.
what's going on with the new Metroid? They announced it, and then like
A lot of people are hoping that it's going to be a Switch 2 kind of like year one game, but I don't think there's anything to go on other than hope. Like I don't think there's any evidence of that.
Well, I mean, they announced the title. I remember that, and then
Yeah.
they're like, "We'll
Probably
see in
sometime
10
around
years."
2018, actually.
I
think the studio that was in charge of it got fired, and they switched the studio. Fran would know. Fran would know because he's been following.
Yeah. Well, we could
That's
assume
true.
Switch 3 is when that's going to officially come out.
Switch
right?
3.
Is when we'll get the new Metroid game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's perfect. I mean, it'd be awesome if it came out soon. But I mean, also you don't want it until it's ready. So
Yeah, that's true.
Elder
I don't
Scrolls
want a
2,
bad one.
Elder Scrolls 6. I think they weren't even developing that game while they were developing. What was it called?
Starfield.
Starfield. I don't know. Bethesda's lost its magic too. Like, like they just don't have that fizz anymore.
They sold too many Elden Rings copies. Too many remakes. It's on so many like systems.
Yeah.
Do you know what I've been waiting for? What's the sequel to
Skyrim? Yeah, my bad.
Silk Song is sequel to?
Oh yeah. When is that coming?
Hollow Knight.
That guy
Yeah.
has.
Been waiting for that.
That was supposed to come out a couple years ago, right?
It's turning into this. I mean, to be fair, it's not as bad as Bloodborne and stuff because they do every now and then go, guys, we're working on the game.
We're still working
And
on
then
it.
they go away for a very long time.
Yeah.
Well, what's terrible about Bloodborne is they just have not done anything with the current, with like the base game. Just at least give it a little update so it works on like make it PS5 compatible.
Maybe they're gonna do a PS5 Pro enhanced Bloodborne.
I would be like, thank God I spent $700. I'd be like,
that's how they sell it.
What an investment! I'm so glad that I spent money on that.
You know what's funny is like it got like somehow it came out that Blue Point had been working on like an open world like God of War game, like a live service God of War game, and everybody knew they weren't working on Bloodborne. But everybody was still fucking pissed about it because everybody just wants that company that made that awesome Demon Souls remake to make a Blood Souls remake.
Yeah. What's funny is they don't even need a remake specifically. They just need to update. FPS.
Yeah.
Just update the current one with like better textures and 60 FPS.
Yeah.
Everyone will be happy.
Let's see here. Shadow Moses says, what do you think Frontiers needs to do to recapture players?
This is the future of Destiny. Frontiers is the next big expansion. Well, Destiny 3. They need to delete your characters and throw away all your cosmetics and make you come back and regain all of it again.
Yeah.
I mean,
the singularity happens and the universe implodes and it gets reborn again.
I mean, it kind of needs to feel like a new game, I think, is the feeling you need to capture, which is kind of what you're joking about. It's to feel like a new game.
I honestly, as someone who's playing the game right now, I don't know what they could do.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think there's anything they could do for me personally. I think I'm just over like live service kind of games. They could make a single player version of the game. And then I'll be excited to play that. With like deep story, a dark story, the dark. If they actually, you know what? If they did another game This is what I'd be interested in. A different game, not live service, and it's set in supposed to be like a survival horror, creepy,
Sure.
cosmic horror stuff from Bungie. I would
Mm.
love to see cosmic horror from Bungie, and then I would be excited, and it could be a part of Destiny World.
Yeah, the Nether feels
Okay.
very cosmic horror. When I was playing it, I was like, dude, this is spooky. Guaranteed
I
they had
wanna
to
see
push
more
this
of
from
that.
Halloween. Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough one though. Like, what can you say? You got to reboot the game, but they're obviously not going to do that.
Last question of the night from Bat Tats says, "What's your go-to order at dinner?" I mean, that is such a broad question, Bat Tats.
Go to order at dinner.
Where am I at dinner? We're gonna need some follow-up here. What?
What
where
kind of
Where you
dinner?
are, yeah.
Yeah.
If it's like a casual dining cheeseburger, just a good cheeseburger.
I'll go for like a margarita pizza for like a place like that,
I'm
or
gonna
like a
get a
cheese
beer.
pizza.
Pretty much anywhere I go, I'm gonna get a beer.
Yeah.
I've been on a wine kick lately because it's been so cold. I don't want the cold beer. Wine's a little warmer.
Wine's room
See, I
temperature.
told you, Briar's growing up. He's growing up. He doesn't like Borderlands humor, and he's drinking wine.
He's like this potty mouth humor. Doesn't blend with my Pinot.
I mentioned the cheese and grapes, and he got really excited.
I did. My next door neighbor, Botanical Steve, had a New Year's party, and
was it lit?
Oh, it was lit.
It was lit, as they say.
So, like, we gotta go, right? You can't not go. And, like, it's
that would
so
be
fun,
rude.
So fun to have a New Year's party across the street because you get to walk home. So
yeah, love that.
It was a typical, like, I would say 20-something, maybe even early 30-something party where, there's people going to be passing out in the yard and there's beer pong and that
does happen at my parties.
And like there's like beer games and people talking around the campfire and Flip Cup we played a little bit. And a couple days later, I was talking to my cousin who had a party with wine and cheese tasting, and everybody was responsible for bringing one appetizer with one wine pairing to share with everybody else at the party. I'm like, fuck, I think I'm ready for the wine and cheese party.
Yeah, I mean, it does sound pretty good.
Like, passing out in the yard just ain't doing it for me anymore.
Right.
Yeah, passing out in the yard is like a 5-day recovery.
Yeah, it was so fun though back in the day. Like,
but you could be eating delicious food and drinking.
Right? And like
it's the food that really gets me. Delicious food is what gets me excited.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, he did have pop brownies.
Botanical Steve.
Also, 5-day recovery.
No.
Knows what's up.
Depending on how many brownies you have. You might sleep for 5 days.
It might never go away if you have too many.
You can only hope. What a value. Should we wrap this one up?
Yeah. That
Cool.
sound good. Yeah.
All right. Tefty, it's great to see you.
Yeah, it's great to be on the show. Happy to
and when
be
are you
back
coming
and
back,
say hey.
Tefty?
I mean,
after once Wilds officially launched, so we could do another episode.
Nice.
Hell yeah. When you've gotten in there
awesome
a little
it is.
bit, maybe at the end of the story, maybe we could have like a big campaign chat, and then we could talk about all things.
That sounds great. Love it. Yeah.
So does Monster Hunter launch like on the podcast day?
The 28th. Is that Thursday?
Well, so it's coming out on the 27th. We don't know the time zones yet. Like it might be
worldwide.
Yeah. So it might be like a local time thing in the US. That's normally like 9 p.m. Pacific rather than midnight.
Yeah. Did they're not doing local zone type of stuff?
We don't know yet. I expect they're going to put out some kind of time map maybe after the beta's done. I think that would make sense.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because then we've only got like one more podcast before the beta. I mean, before the Wilds.
Before it happens.
Before it's here.
We're in it.
Before
Before
you're going deep.
Yeah.
Before we
Into the
never see
wild.
Watts again. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you next week. Bye.
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 See ya.